Hello. You say something in the stream so I can. Yeah, okay, it works. No, I'm gonna move them.
Good morning.
I like your cut, G.
Soundboard works. I'm not gonna use it, no problem.
Hello again. Yeah, that's probably a good idea.
Hello.
Hello there.
Hello.
Okay.
Polar, you said you had a soundboard. Do you have Jeopardy music?
I do not. But I think I can just play YouTube videos directly.
I just I don't have a soundboard. I only have extracted Unreal Tournament sounds.
Out of curiosity, Saris, did you change something about your microphone? You seem louder than usual. I had to turn you down.
Sounds normal to me. Yeah, I mean, you're still a little bit staticky, but it's not as bad. Nowhere near as bad as it used to be.
Yeah.
Is my mic better? Because I moved it around a bit. Does it sound better here? Yeah, I kind of just moved it closer. I don't know if it would really help.
Poor Slow King. All alone. Yeah, sorry for managing to fall asleep again. At this point, though, do we really not expect chaos? You can just move them around, right? Worst case scenario, you just skip the match until either it needs to be done or they get here.
Okay, I tried hooking up YouTube to the virtual audio cable, so you hear it? I can't hear it because it's only going through the virtual audio cable.
It is coming through loud and clear, and it's beautiful.
Oh, okay. It's kind of annoying because I literally cannot hear it at all, so I have no idea if it's working. There's not really a way to channel the two outputs. I mean, wait, maybe I can? I don't know.
Okay. Are we doing that first or last? Okie dokie. Very big brain move there.
Saris, I don't think your voice is being picked up on stream, just ours.
I mean, I hear my own voice twice on stream.
Just ours.
Yeah.
Okay, testing, testing. Can you hear me on the stream now? Did it get staticky or anything?
You're on the stream, but you are absurdly quiet.
Yeah, I can barely hear you.
How about now?
Still very low.
How about now?
You're starting to, well, there's a stream delay, so I don't know how loud you are at this point, but it's getting a little better.
little better. That doesn't fill me with great hope.
Would be like,
How about now?
Still a little quiet compared to us, but it's definitely audible.
Is the static very bad?
no, static's fine.
Okay. I think that my voice is now as loud as your guys'. Your guys' voices. And I'm told the static isn't an issue, so we shall start our first match. Copy.
Alright, mute the stream so that I can not have myself loop.
Yeah, it's fine. The tournament's starting now.
Okay.
So, I think Slow King and Eno Shade will go first. We should probably just have an example round first where we actually show just exactly what's supposed to... Redstone, why are you commenting in the tournament? Never works.
Because y'all are busy talking. Here, I'll
Never-
remove it, because why not?
Thank you. So you see, you have to start the bracket before it can... Okay. Never works on the first try. Okay. Start tournament. Can someone review the bracket to make sure it works? It's in announcements. Pretty sure it works. I don't know. Hello, caster.
Yeah, that's working.
Okay. So why is Hatter here? I don't get it. That's what the stream is for, sir.
Should have joined the hosting committee.
Always a gentleman, that fair Hatter.
How many of the hosts are playing in the game too?
Two.
Just Polar and Captain Redstone against each other. Okay, so I'm pretty sure these two gentlemen are. Or
Inno
whatever
Shade
they
and
are.
Slow King. Yep.
Yes, I'm pretty sure that they know what they're doing, despite all of the weird rules in this here tournament. So I shall get the randomized cost. Okay, so
Okay.
I really needed a little bit more time to prepare for this. I don't have a random weapon and limitation picked, so that's fun.
If you have it picked, then would it really be random?
No, I mean I don't have like them assigned to random numbers to pick with a random number generator.
Fair enough.
Just use One Eye's Guide as the list of parts, right? One would be number one. So let's see his list. Weapon guide. Number one would be the small laser. Second, heavy laser. Third, electro bolt. Fourth, standard cannon. 5, large cannon. 6, ion beam. Ion prism. I guess you would just double that for a second ion beam. Missile launcher. EMP. Nuke launcher. Mine launcher. I don't think you should use the mine launcher. Reroll. Railgun. Tractor beam. Yeah, that's not allowed. Flat cannon. So that would be the correct order. Just have them roll on a random.org.
Yeah, I'm just assigning the numbers right now.
Perfect.
There's a lot of weapons in this game, you know? You guys are supposed to make it not boring. It's boring right now.
Sorry, I'm still trying to figure out my sound thing. It's really frustrating.
I feel like I'm talking too much. So we have 4 casters, and if I'm talking more than half the time, you know.
We'll figure it out. Just need to get warmed up.
Don't we have
Nothing
5?
really to talk about at this point.
We'll talk about how bad I'm doing and how there's a reward so that people join at the last minute, because that's always a good idea.
There's a reward? No, I'm kidding.
That's about how prepared everyone is, I feel.
Well, no, everyone's relatively prepared. It's just not enough people showed up. Like, people are lazy.
You know, that makes the people that did show up get a better chance, so...
Well, yeah, they get a better chance at winning. Though, to be fair, Hatter is in this tournament, and I'm pretty sure Hatter's a good builder, so I don't know.
I don't know if he's a speed builder, though.
Yeah, I was kind of hoping that Slowking and Eno would have, like, some experience doing this, because they are some of the older players around, but guess not.
Part of what makes this tournament type so interesting is there are so many good builders in the community, but I feel like a lot of them can spend hours fine-tuning a single design. It's a lot harder to make something work quickly.
Yeah. I'm just curious who's going to win between Red and Polar. That's going to be an interesting match.
I tried to balance it out as much as possible. Probably won't, like, actually go well. And, like, result with steamrolling because I misjudged how powerful someone was. But that shouldn't be an issue. You know, if I had died, this would be a lot easier. Okay.
To be fair, tractor beams would be kind of hard to manage with such a small budget in the first place.
Well, it's still just in case.
Yeah.
I like how everyone in the server did the D&D alignment thing, and it's either chaotic or neutral. There's no good. Makes me happy for some reason.
I believe you missed mine.
Oh, well. I guess there's that. The one exception.
You can't tell people not to sumo if they just ram people out of the ring.
Well, yeah, that's. I don't
Sorry
want
for
them
always
to do
being
that.
the exception.
Because you see, they're supposed to kill each other with the weapons. It's about building with the weapons, not seeing who can build the best sumo.
True, because everyone's allowed access to the engine modules.
Yeah. Unless there's the limitation.
To prevent sumo, we should just ban all thrusters. You have to rely on weapon recoil.
I've actually thought about doing that as a tournament, but it would be really slow.
Probably too late to add it in now.
Just a bit.
You underestimate the power of retconning. Okay, just a second. Almost done. Someone should tell them in the chat that I have like a minute before we're actually ready to go. But there we're going. Soon, very soon.
Should add background music.
That would distract. Or make me slower.
Yeah, I guess. But I mean, it'd be nice for when there's awkward silences in the stream.
Well, maybe you guys should be casters. It's the only reason
We
I
can't
got
cast
you
if
guys.
there's nothing going on.
Well, make
You want me to sing?
remember the casters of old, like Memory. They talked about TV shows in the middle of matches. I'm not saying it
The
was
casters of old have left us for dead.
Well,
We are what
TV is-
we're the new generation.
you're disappointing the older ones.
They don't exist anymore. They're just legends.
If you say so, I guess.
If they exist, they should show up right now and cast this tournament.
Huh.
It was worth a try.
You really want to get out of this?
Not really.
Someone pinged me. I'm just warning you that this music is a crutch. Okay. Random number between.
That's a good question. Do PD and count?
Yes.
Do PD and flak count as weapons?
Yes. If it deals damage, it counts as a weapon.
I don't know if we want to allow PD to be picked.
I've allowed that a long time ago.
I mean, as a choice in the random, because that puts them at a disadvantage if they're facing like ions.
Both players have the same thing.
Okay.
So, it'd be the same disadvantage. 1 through 8. 1 through 8. Right. Okay. So,
I thought it was asymmetrical, like each side had to pick randomly rolled a different weapon. But okay.
Using point defense as a weapon is always amusing because it was originally designed as, well, defense. And basically, at least for a while, nobody used it as defense. It was offense or nothing.
There are very few cases where it existed, like in certain ships where it had some thrust cover, but other than that, yeah, it's the all attack method.
It was used,
Luke Space Cat.
it was used as an emergency defense over your thrusters when you couldn't put armor on them.
Basically, when you ran out of money.
Yeah, because Flak outclassed them in every single way. Well, except for price and size.
And memes.
Even before debuffs, there were some strong players using PD walls.
Alright, heavy lasers. One of the more underrated weapons in the game.
And no quarters. Only bunks people.
Okay, well everyone's ready, so let the first match begin. Yes, you use only bunks. Only bunks. Okay, so Shade, you probably want to spawn your ship in. Yes, here we go. So, a fatal mistake that I'm only realizing now is that we cannot watch people edit their ships.
Wasn't there
In everything, we have no idea.
wasn't there something where they have to like not use blueprint mode, at least for the majority of the time?
That was an idea, but it was really hard to like outmaneuver that.
Yeah, it's hard to build things in non-blueprint mode.
Well,
Especially
It's-
now.
Yeah, that's true.
it was
It's
more
hard
that
to
it
get
was hard to enforce.
Oh yeah, I guess that's true too.
Well, I guess for now we can look at potential designs. So, probably walls are gonna be good. Just a big wall of heavy lasers.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
generally what we saw last time. Whenever there was a projectile weapon, it was just a wall with armor.
Well, yeah, that's the simplest design you can make. It's not like anyone's gonna take the time
Lasers
to
are time limited, so
Yeah.
I don't think anyone's gonna try doing an experimental design in the middle of a tournament where it's about building as fast as possible.
I mean, as far as lasers go, specifically small lasers, having them placed horizontally used to be a thing, and it's not too hard to do.
Yeah.
the triangles are technically better because of the defense, but depends.
A lot
I
of
felt
things
well,
take
you
more
build the
planning than
triangles.
you realize.
Alright, Shade has placed his first parts. Looks like he is not even going to attempt to have internal shielding, he's just putting the shields on the outside. It's an interesting choice.
I think you might have reminded him that he could do that. I'm not sure.
Well, to be fair, heavy lasers are a rather large part. They're not easy to shield from behind.
Well,
Yeah.
true. It's better to have stacked shielding that's a bit low than to have high shielding that's not stacked.
you're affecting the tournament. Oh my god.
I mean,
I
also, the recharge rate of those shields is gonna be pretty poor
Probably.
compared to if you put them adjacent.
Well, recharge would be maxed by putting them around or near the reactor.
Yeah.
And
Maybe he
you
did
wouldn't
it-
be able to directly connect a medium reactor to the heavy laser batteries.
Maybe he did it
Also,
just
the
for the
shield
sake of
is-
symmetry.
Also, I noticed auto doors because his doors aren't quite optimal. I think these are automatically placed doors.
Yep. Just
But
about.
that advise you, if you make a mistake, you won't get killed because you forgot a door. So
Guys,
I was
there
just
is a-
thinking, what if we made a rule where, like, you don't place any doors, and then at the end, the post just fills the doors in on all of them, and it doesn't count to the credit limit or whatever. So we
That
could
would be
wouldn't
fun,
have to
but-
worry about that.
That would
Well,
mess with so many ships. They would have to go into crew management to be able to deal with that.
Yeah.
That would like triple the time it needs for them to actually build.
Fortunately, there is 2 extra minutes to deal with such small things.
Well, you
It
can just
looks
use auto place doors and then fill it in anyways. You don't need to have them like empty.
Oh, the ship has thrusters now. It can move.
Yeah.
well,
The
except
other-
it doesn't have a control room at the moment. That's kind of important.
I mean,
Kind
yeah,
of.
the control room could probably go in that thruster core, right in that space right there.
It needs some armor though.
I think he messed up placing his engine rooms, or unless he's gonna put fire extinguishers there.
Oh, so can put down his ship. It's also a wall, but he has rear shielding or internal shielding. I mean,
You don't have paint.
This is a pretty looking ship.
Do you like the paint?
It's off center.
Well, it's not
See,
my
yeah,
fault
paint-
that they're building stupid. I just wanted
Center
something that
paint
wasn't
button
white.
when.
You're eating paint this quickly.
There's a fatal flaw in Slowking's design. I'm not gonna mention it till he notices it himself.
Yeah. I'm looking at it right now.
Oh, I think he fixed it. He fixed it.
Hmm.
At least
Mm.
partially.
doesn't fix it.
Not yet. He hasn't fixed it yet.
I zoomed in, so if he wants to check the stream.
There's a couple of things there that need some help.
Oh, whoa.
Oh, oh.
Okay.
He wants to use up his budget. Okay.
Yes.
That does leave his central reactor extremely exposed.
Hey,
What was
you're not
the
supposed
budget
to
again?
until he gets.
Dear God. Those
Oh, we are-
reactors.
Or we're allowed to point them out.
I mean, they could just watch the stream either way.
I feel like we should tell them when they're breaking the rules. I mean,
Yeah, Saris just told him that he can't use corners.
Yeah.
There we go, he's fixing it. But he will be disqualified if he has quarters by the time the match ends. Okay, he's fixed it. Very nicely done
What's
of
the
him.
price limit again?
550k.
Yeah,
Okay.
552. So, so I think that might have been passed, but given that it's the first round and I was unclear accidentally, this will be the one time it's excused. So please leave the area.
Looks
Yeah.
like Inishade is waiting for his thrusters to get powered up. He also has
Yeah.
2 control rooms right next to each other. It's kind of just wasting a bunch of money.
It's because he's using the mirror tool.
You can put a single one in the center and then put a corridor leading to it.
Yeah.
Way
He's using the
cheaper.
mirror tool.
Did you like set the timer on or something? Is that why?
Well, see, it's interesting because the timer is counting down. So you have to like subtract the 5 minutes from 15 instead. So by this
That's
point,
10.
yeah, so by this point they would have left and entered the ring again. Slowking didn't actually leave the ring. I hope he
So
does that.
that's why some of his doors are messed up, is because he's simply over budget. Needs to figure out where to cut that from.
He's also missing doors and several other places.
Okay, so
I would just remove from thrusters, like strafe or whatever.
Might be easier to just.
Or we could even remove the bunks that don't have doors connecting them.
You could just remove a couple shields and he'd be fine.
Okay, I'm gonna bet Shade's gonna win this.
All right, so
Yeah.
the current ships are at 531 900. Oh, he just went up a bit, and 552. So they're not that bad. And now it's at 532.
So okay, that's a good idea.
Guys, you have about
Let's
20
improve that.
seconds to get into the center ring, so I hope you do something about that.
Okay, we might have to restart this
Okay.
because I didn't explain or do a sample round at all.
This is the sample round, just go.
Yes.
Okay, well
Alright,
at that point
yeah.
do we have a do-over since neither of them got to the center ring?
What? Just leave it. They're finished
heading
building
towards
They're
it.
in the center.
Let's see,
Okey
what are
doke.
their
Tell
budgets
them to go to the center until way too late. Like there was no physical way for them to get there when you told them.
Yeah.
So the current budgets are 533 and 552. Who do you think's gonna win?
Um, Slow King seems
Definitely
to
energy.
have more everything except thrust,
Yeah,
and
but reactors, no reactors really. He's gonna win in the burst, but then he's gonna run out of power and hurt real bad. So.
well, if the
That's
burst,
unless he can get that reactor.
Oh, yeah, that's true. The recharge wasn't enough.
Yeah, I think Shade actually forgot to focus fire at the beginning of the battle. That's really hurt him.
Yeah.
Roll.
Turns out Alpha's.
Oh, you're going out of the ring.
oof.
Can't leave the ring. Can't leave
Get
the
back in
ring.
the ring, boys.
Well, you can leave the ring. It's just not for more than 10 seconds.
Yeah, he's working on
Alright,
it.
direct control. That's nice.
Nice.
I don't like how direct control switches up your attack.
Slow King is doing some micromanagement with the crew. He turned off his heavy lasers to focus more power to the shields.
Yeah, excellent.
Oh, it looks like another reactor's gonna go. Which one will it be, though?
It's definitely the
You
thing
know.
it's done for. Yeah, the
Also-
Alpha definitely won out. Also, it was partly, Shade's mistake to not focus fire.
Yeah, he's got what? He's got 2 lasers left?
Yes. No shields, 2 lasers.
And his thrust is being destroyed. His control room is also very exposed, so.
Okay, just a question. Should we have another round for these two because they were the sample match, or
You want to do a redo?
yeah, just have a redo since, you
Turn him
know.
loudest. Zero.
I feel like that's kind of unfair to Sulking because he literally just won, but you call redos sooner than after the match is already finished.
Obviously.
Well, no, he said it was going to be a redo the moment they didn't get to the ring at 6:30, so it's fine.
Yeah, okay. But,
Like 4 days before anything else.
Okay, well. Hmm.
I would like to point out that even though I think since they fought and everything, that should stay as it is, I do want to point out that Slow King was over budget by a little bit.
Yes, he was.
So-
He's the one at 552.
Well, how is it possible to be over budget?
He was over budget by 2,000.
Yeah, he was at 552.
I gave the 2,000. That was the actual number that was picked.
yeah, 552, he's good.
Was it?
Yeah, it
Was
was.
Yeah,
Okay,
it's
okay.
552.
You said 550.
I
No, it's
changed it.
552.
Well, apparently.
I thought I rounded, but okay. So they agree to a rematch, apparently, with hopefully proper rules or whatever, etc.
Are we doing the same restrictions and everything?
No, in fear of it just being the same match. Like that might give Shade an advantage since he could just learn or whatever.
Alright, so what are the new restrictions?
Okay, 479K.
Same thing, but better communication.
Yes. Um. Hmm, hmm, hmm. I forgot the EMP and mines were still part of the list. Those won't exactly work.
I mean, theoretically over time they might, but yeah, that just would not be fun to watch.
Okay, so there's 15 minutes in the round. So you leave by 5:30 and then go back until 7 to
Do it in terms of timer countdown, not
Yeah, I
count up,
know.
because then they're gonna have to do math. We've learned that people can't do math.
Yes, it's a very difficult concept for people such as myself.
Did you change the budget?
Yes.
Yeah, he did.
Alright.
Did you get their new restrictions yet?
Yes, I'm just trying to figure this out first. Okay,
At the
leave
beginning
by...
of the round, you should just put all the restrictions, like the time limits and the budget in chat, so they can see it immediately and know.
Yes.
The best strat would be to leave with like some extra time left, and then go back and have like a couple extra minutes instead of just having a minute and 30 seconds, or less, depending on how long it takes you to go out and come back in.
Mm-hmm.
Looks like Rick is actually awake. I don't know where he is.
So then, 7:30, let me check.
You need to be in the middle ring by 6:30, didn't you say?
Yes, you need to be in the middle
Yeah.
by 6:30.
Yeah, so you guys have about a minute of leeway.
Okay, after you get to... Okay, let me think.
No armor. Flag. Wow.
Okay. So after the 8-minute mark, you can actually, if you want to, go and attack the enemy ship. If they're not in the ring either. Or should that not be the case?
No, they just have to get to the ring by 6:30. That's it.
Okay.
Yeah, don't make it complicated.
Making it more complicated is just gonna make it worse.
Mm-hmm. So whatever. So proceed to go to the ring. I'm trying to see if I'm missing anything. If you
Get
don't
ready,
get...
guys. You're gonna go ultralight flat cannons. Get ready.
If you don't get to the middle circle within 30 seconds after the 8-minute mark, you lose. If you leave the circle for more than 10 seconds during the sudden death, you lose. Okay.
If you don't leave the ring at some point, you lose.
Yes.
And it'd probably be best to just quickly reinstate the budget and restrictions.
Yes.
Well, the budget they can see, they can't go over their physical money because that's how much they have.
Oh, that's true.
One, they go over by $3.
No, they physically can't go over because that's how much they have.
Well,
You get
they
one
are
credit every.
they are earning like $1 per minute or something per 10 seconds.
That should be 0.
This is one.
You might be able to afford an extra bit of structure or something. It's the end of the world.
But no, 3 credits wouldn't even be able to do that. Structures, it's like 25 credits.
It'll take 25 minutes before they're able to actually go over budget.
I'm pretty
Yeah,
sure
but
it's
that
per
should be
10
over.
seconds.
Yeah, it's per 10
So that's
seconds.
6 per minute.
Oh, I see.
It'll still take a
They get
while.
5 minutes, so they could afford a structure triangle.
The whole order.
They get 5 minutes to build, so
How unfair.
Fair.
Hey, it
Structure
is. Take a
triangle
wolf for
abuse.
qualified.
I don't think he's really okay. I mean, yeah, sure. If we did do that, we could definitely.
Doesn't
Honestly,
matter
I would not care.
Going over.
So, a fight with Flak is going to be interesting, especially without armor. Flak is, I believe, the only weapon that can technically hit through shields.
Yes, so realistically, this is going to be a battle of who can make the most efficient flak. Also, who chains the worst.
Yes.
Corridor armor.
Honestly, I think that they should just make a flak wall that has a flak wall behind it. So whenever one flak goes down, you have a shadow flak that comes up behind it.
Yeah, and the flak is probably your best armor, honestly.
Basically,
just,
they're expensive
spread
though.
out.
They are
Flax
expensive.
shields. Like,
You could also pull the well, I don't know, that wouldn't work very well with flak. The holy ship like has a bunch of holes in it so that stuff just passes through. Wouldn't work with flak.
No, because flak actually aims pretty well.
I wonder if they might consider doing something diagonal.
They could. Whether they do or
Flak
not.
does not like diagonal. I mean,
Flak V wouldn't be that
ships
bad.
would be hard to build, and you put a really stringent time limit on them. So
What would be the advantage of a diagonal Flak barge?
You can have more surface area to be shooting at any given time. Other
You
than
also
that,
get a bit more fire.
yes.
Well, but you don't get focus fire because Flak has a very small turn radius.
Yeah, you get a
yeah,
bit.
diagonal would not be good for flak.
Well, you would have to like
half the flak
ram.
wouldn't be able to shoot. No, it wouldn't work. If you ram, you need to be staying back to get the flak to actually aim on target.
Looks like Inishade has built his first little chunk, and it looks surprisingly well thought out. For
Man,
Yeah,
throwing
pretty
shade
good.
already at Eno Shade.
surprisingly,
Oh,
well,
okay.
I see how it is.
Before
He's missing
I mean,
a
it
couple
looks
bars
like
here and
a
there,
compl-
but that's fine.
it looks like a section of a complete design, and he's only had 3.5 minutes. That's a compliment, not throwing shade.
The way you said it.
Throwing shade at no shade.
Before structure used to actually block flak, so in previous updates this ship wouldn't be working.
I mean, structure used to not block TV.
Structure
So-
used to block everything.
Right, but you used to be able to use a tractor beam used to pass through it, and that doesn't work anymore.
Well, you can't just TB anything anymore, but you can still, like, yeah, you really can't use TB anything anymore. It does not work. If any,
Oh, there's a
this-
ship on the
this
floating
can
side,
work.
and it looks quite large.
hold on. Use the exact same thruster setup. If it works, it works.
If it ain't broke, don't fix
If
it.
ain't broke, don't fix it.
Quarters this round, right?
He is quite in for the shield spam. Very different from what he tried last time.
Right?
It's no armor this round.
Right.
Also, for anyone at home that is unfamiliar with the competitive side of Cosmeteer, a tractor beam anchor is an old design where you would basically get a tractor beam to fire at a piece of structure inside of your ship, so it would stay locked in one place. Alright, there's 1 minute to leave the ring, and Inishade still doesn't have any thrusters. He'll need to hurry.
We'll need at least a single thruster to go forward.
He trying to use the structure on the side to stop focus fire.
It's running out of time.
He's put down some thrusters, but it'll take a while for them to
Yeah,
power up.
but running.
Oof. He probably doesn't
Full
know about
speed ahead.
the thing where you don't need to put doors to the engine rooms.
He knows, I'm pretty sure.
He's using auto place doors, so
Oh, he has
Oh,
thrust.
yeah, that's probably
Moving.
why.
Okay, so, but he didn't actually make it out, so what do we do now?
forgive him or do we kick him?
I really feel like you guys are being too strict. Like, just he's not building, obviously.
People will exploit the game if you don't be strict.
I know, but like, obviously he's trying to get out of the ring. It was the crew that were slowing him down.
Yeah,
That's like
he
literally that's RNG.
That's-
If the crew
That's
was
his
slower-
fault though. He should have.
That's not art.
He knows what time he has to get out of the ring.
walkways, you know, built his design better. It's not us being mean or RNG. You can control most things in Cosmo here.
The reason we need to be strict is simply because otherwise the ultimate outcome of the match could be affected by our decisions.
Yeah, a lot of people were really unhappy with how the last one went because it wasn't strict at all. I
Yeah, it's
can
not-
recognize that 30 seconds might not be enough to leave the ring.
Well, they were told before the game started though, so they should have memorized the numbers.
Okay, so
It wasn't even over voice; it was in
I mean,
text.
no shade already lost the last round. It was Slow King being really nice to him and saying, "Yeah, we can do a rematch," and giving him a chance to do a rematch.
so how many
Well,
votes
yeah,
are
to put this up.
for Eno Shade being disqualified, and how many votes are against Eno Shade being disqualified?
Based off of the rules, I think Inashade should be disqualified.
I agree.
Okay, that's 2.
I mean, Saris said at a minute left to get out of the ring.
Okay, so that's 3, which is more than half of 5. So it seems Eno Shade would be disqualified here.
I mean, let's let them fight anyways because, but Slow King already won. This is my opinion.
Okay.
Let them build up, fight,
So that-
fight. Let them do the fight at 6:30, but this is my opinion. Yeah.
It is a pretty cool looking ship Eno Shade made. And Slow
Indeed.
Yeah.
Kings. It's kind of funny
Yeah,
that
they're both
neither of
pretty-
them...
They're actually pretty decent at fast building.
Yeah, both players did a great job.
So
No Shade did definitely a better job at like actually utilizing the reactor and like
yeah, I feel like
using it across the whole ship compared to
the reactor is gonna overdrain very quickly. Yeah, I don't think he added those doors. They were auto placed by he left door auto placement.
Oh, they don't go through shields that much. They go through relatively quick, but they destroy the shields mostly.
Well, the thing about flak is it's
Yeah,
a hit scan
it's-
weapon, but as soon as it hits, it will do AoE to whatever's around it, completely ignoring shields. If there's a shield kind of suspended in front of everything, it'll mainly just hit the shield. But if you
Yeah,
have
I
shields
know,
very
it
close to the hull of
basically
your
follows
ship,
the
it'll
old
still
nuke-
damage
Old
things.
nuke algorithms.
Alright, Slow King's Alpha Strike was so much stronger. It didn't matter
Again.
that the reactor ran out of power very much.
His ship was a lot more storage based, while Eno Shade's was made to be like a constant fighter, or a duelist or whatever.
both of them had one factory per flak, right?
Alpha was a lot.
Eno Shade had like 2 per flag.
Yeah, Shade had proper resupply numbers.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, but Slow
I
King,
thought they would have
he
only
just...
done one per flak.
Effectively, he had a storage fighter.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah.
I think what really made the big difference in that battle is Slow
Yeah,
King's
that's it.
frontal shields.
Yeah, that was very true.
Yeah,
'Cause
clear shields.
that first reactor blew up way before the shields were down because of splash damage. The side shields literally did nothing. He had like maybe 3 shields that were actually blocking damage out of like 9.
Alright, whose turn is it now?
I believe
Bible
both players
Tech
for the
and the
Yeah.
other entry person are here, so we'll do those 2 people. preemptively gonna do all the restrictions and such.
Alright, they are both here. That was fast.
That's Rick.
Very nice.
Dagnabbit, why can't they ever sign up with the names that they are known by?
What do you
I mean, to
mean?
be fair-
That's his Discord name. Nug is his Discord name.
Well, I'm saying that he didn't sign up on Discord with Nug. He signed up with a different name that I'm not
Oh.
repeating on stream.
Oh boy. You can click on the profile and see who it is.
Yeah, and I did that now, but I
Yeah,
didn't
but that's
expect
not
I
our
would need
That's
to.
not our problem.
I think with Nug specifically, we all know him well enough, so it's not too big of a deal.
But you guys have to refer to him as Rick for this entire thing.
Why? Wait, his name
Because
is
it's...
Nug.
No, his name
His
is
name's
Rick.
Nugget from kindergarten.
His name is Rick. It's not a choice.
Okay.
It's not a choice, okay.
I will kick you from the commentator's booth right now. Okay. Whatever. Okay.
Nugget.
Right, so we rolled kind of a low number on the budget. That's going to make things harder.
Oh,
Finally,
that's quite low. I thought the lowest it could go is
Build
450.
faster. We can build up that budget faster. Did we roll what the weapons are going to be?
Where are you seeing the numbers?
Nukes and only small reactors.
That's great. That's great.
Oh my
Oh,
god.
it's gonna be who has the best alpha strike. That's it.
Absolutely.
I'm just gonna spam.
Well, it's also going to come down to micro because
No. There's a very easy way to win this, and I've done it before. I wonder if they're actually gonna do it though.
okay.
Tell us more
like
about
using
this
a bunch of
strategy.
storage
The problem with having nukes in such a small budget, especially without flak or point defense, is the recent balance changes makes nukes very difficult to avoid. And of course, with such a small budget and ships and everything,
Start the
getting
match.
hit by a few nukes pretty much dooms you.
Ready up.
You tell them
Well-
the time.
Not just the problem is we're playing domination, so they're just staying that tiny ass ring. Yeah.
Okay. Can someone
You
ask
tell
them
the
if
time
they
and start the match.
actually were able to witness the last match and know in depth of how the rules are supposed to go?
Guys, did you watch the last match?
Well, I guess that works. I meant in chat, since they might not be watching the stream, which is why I was asking.
Please refresh, okay. I mean, if you don't get out by the time.
Probably in text, because Nugget is probably not watching stream.
Oh, okay.
He is, but it's laggy, so.
Just a second.
Wonder how viable it is to start by making a thruster bank and then adding weapons onto it later.
In this case with nukes, I think you should start off with the nuke factories, because they will take the longest.
That's true.
Yeah,
There's a
um,
really interesting strat about this that you could follow.
I would just put a nuke factory and like a ton of storage. Just let them fill up to like build the rest of the ship.
See, I would probably in a situation like this, I would go over with a ton of nuke factories. Once they all fill up the launchers, just immediately delete them all and just run a storage cannon.
Can you not tell them how to cheese, please?
It's not cheese, it's a strat.
It's
If you hold control of the link down
It's a
enter,
big
then give you free budget.
you guys ready?
So they read it. They seem to know what's going on. I'll still give warnings because obviously it's necessary.
We're gonna have to write the warnings in chat.
Yes, I am planning on doing that.
Yeah.
Wonder if shields are gonna be worth it at all.
Maybe?
I mean,
I
generally,
mean, shields could.
armor is
They could
what
maybe-
you want to use against nukes, like the latticed armor.
And they're not allowed to be PD, right?
Correct.
Yeah, PD is a
Yeah,
weapon.
since it's a weapon.
Only have
Yeah, so their best shot is to make sacrificial totems, I guess.
So spaced armor, really spaced armor. Is very
Yes,
effective.
especially for these small, cheap ships. Yes.
I'm just now realizing none of the casters have actually introduced themselves to the audience.
Oh,
Fine.
we can do that after this match. Someone seems to be echoing me.
Echo.
Ooh, we have a disconnect.
It's definitely not me.
Can we-
I'm on the phone.
I hate it when he keeps saying GG close.
He does it after every match, but man, that can seem questionable.
It can be very, very iffy. It can be frustrating after like 4 rounds of an orbiter stomping, in which case there was no, like, as far away as close as possible, etc. So I guess let's introduce the casters now.
You go first. You're the host.
Okay, I am Saris. I am a longtime player of this fancy game Cosmeteer. And I am mostly the tournament hoster now. Sometimes I do multiplayer, but I would assume most newer players know me by the fact that I host tournaments.
I'm Polar Bear, and I've been playing Cosmeteer for a long time, same as most people here, but I've been trying to host tournaments, and I've always not been able to because of schedules. Not been very active, so you probably wouldn't recognize me.
Nop?
Okay.
Naop?
I thought Redstone. We're going down the list. Okay.
No, we're going off the Discord list.
Yeah, Discord.
Caster didn't do anything, and okay, whatever. Hi,
We're starting at
I'm
Saris,
Neil.
then it's Paul, then it's you, then it's Red.
Renewing Power. If you're around about 6 months ago to a year, you might have gotten your ass kicked by me. I'm just hosting for now while I wait for Walt to set out some balance changes.
I am Redstone. I mainly have a technical knowledge of the game. I don't really participate in competitive as much anymore, but I still know enough to commentate.
I'm Caster. I've been playing this game for a while, but I've been on break till full release. I used to host tournaments, and that's about it.
All these players are like at least 1 year, probably 2 years old in terms of just being good at the game, etc., and are arguably experienced and can hold their own against noobs, so to speak. Though most of the people here are waiting for 1.0 to drop, since that's apparently new. I was hoping Walt would come by and maybe give us hints, but I don't think he actually noticed that there was a tournament. But yeah,
Drops as soon as the finishes.
that would be a very Walt thing to do. No, it would be a more Walt thing to do. Walt's the solo developer. Well, the developer anyways. And there's been like 3 tournaments where he's dropped a balance change in the middle of a tournament. Or a day before it happens.
That usually happens. Most tournaments ended up like that in shambles.
Are you gonna give them extra time to get in the ring? Because it's at least 3 times as far away this time.
No, they have a minute. They have a minute and a half to get in the ring. It's fine.
Actually,
Oh,
they
I thought
have.
you said 10.
They have to.
Or
They have
30
to
seconds.
leave. They have to leave with 8 minutes left in the game, and they have till 6 minutes and a half left to get into the center.
The 10-second timer is when they get to the ring. If they leave the ring after that point.
Oh, right.
See? Yeah.
I do wonder why we had a disconnect in the first place. Both players have a really good ping.
Just some lag.
Um,
No, Bible Tech does not have a good ping. It's flashing.
Yeah.
Well, both
It's
players are
Flashing
flashing.
from green to the
No,
timer.
it's also flashing.
Generally,
Yeah,
that's
so
what
not-
happens when you have 7 players in any given match.
Well, yeah,
Yeah,
but
but like we all have perfect connection, so
because we're not doing anything. We all have
true.
good connection. Nugget has a strong to medium connection, and Bible Tech has a flashing strong connection.
As far as I
And
can
a
tell
flashing
right
strong
now, it's-
connection means that he has a great ping, great internet and everything, but some piece of his hardware is what's limiting him.
or she, we don't know.
Fair enough.
I just use it. Refers to everything.
I just do them, give them the royal treatment.
One of our 2
Wait,
players.
so-
Oh right, OEM is a them.
Ooh, there's a ship on the right side.
So Nugget is the first to finish his blueprint.
It
Oh,
appears
that's
to
a nice-
be.
Just a basic thruster setup
It's a bomber.
Yep.
and nukes.
Yes, you can put.
Armor's good.
You can put as much as you want.
How's everyone's day been?
I woke up way too late.
Just took senior pictures.
Fancy.
I heard none of that.
I just took my senior pictures this morning, so I tried not looking like an absolute gremlin.
Good job. I failed at that.
Yeah, they turned out pretty well.
I personally woke up at
Anyone
9,
else?
or 2 hours
There you go.
before the tournament, which is far less time than I wanted.
Heh. That's not as little time as you think, Saris. That's more than enough time to get things set up.
You haven't hosted a real tournament before, so you wouldn't know.
I've hosted worse tournaments. I've hosted the design ones.
Design tournaments have no time limit. There's no event where you have to turn things in.
They do have time limits. They're just weekly instead of hourly.
But I mean, if you had a half hour where the only time that you could submit ships was within that half hour, then I might be obliged to agree with you.
Well, no, I had to deal with other stuff, like people properly naming their ships and saying who they are.
Well,
So that happens here.
That just involves pinging people.
No, they use different names on the forum, on Discord, and in Cosmeteer, so it's impossible to know who they are.
Well, you can ask them and ask them to confirm.
Yeah, obviously. If they don't confirm, they just get DQ'd.
Alright, so we
I wanted
have.
to think of it, but I don't know if I should say it because it might affect the match.
I hope one of them goes with the strategy I talked about. I really do. But I don't think they are, looking at their
Looks
ship.
like Rick just did. He has a tiny little piece of armor on each side, so that'll help stop nukes from looping around to the back.
Yeah, that's not the strat I was talking about. I'm talking about the one that I said earlier that I'm not going to repeat till they're both done.
It was storage cheese.
I know.
It's quite
Those torches, yeah.
bad. We don't want it
I think
here.
it's sort of that's the issue.
It's not bad if it's effective.
Reminder, there's 2 minutes left. Bible Tech, you should probably build your ship.
Is it 2 minutes?
Yeah, you
It's-
kind of need that thrust to move at 8.
It's 1 minute now.
I don't know, control with the thrusters. You can keep building after that.
Yeah, he needs to just build the ships so the reactor can power them up. Otherwise, he's going to be in trouble.
Till 8.
Oh, he made a barge.
Oh, nice.
Interesting.
Not going to be able to turn at all.
I mean, he might. You never know.
I thought you said 8. Why do you
I
keep
thought you
changing the time?
Saris, it's 8. Don't change the time.
Seriously?
Excuse me, it was
Right,
five.
so-
You have 5 minutes to build, and then you have 30 seconds to leave.
Alright, so Rick has successfully left and re-entered the ring.
Bible Tech is about to leave his ring.
And he's exited, and 3, 2, 1, he's exited.
And he has no
Yeah,
retro
he's-
thrust, so that might be an issue.
Nope, so he's just gonna be floating.
We'll have to turn around to get back in.
Oh, so Nug's ship is actually quite interesting.
Okay, Nug is closer to a ultralight bomber, although he doesn't have he's not using boosters, so it's not really an ultralight bomber.
It's a pretty
Both of
heavily
them are going
chaining
for Alpha Strike.
thing too.
So it looks like most of Bible Tech ship is underpowered.
Yeah,
Yeah, he only has.
Biotech isn't going to be able to actually fill up his nukes by the time the match starts if he's going at this rate.
Yeah, that's a
He needs
shame.
to put down at least. He
He
might.
should just put down a couple of reactors randomly to get some power up.
He needs to put, in my opinion, he needs to put down 2 more reactors. But
Yeah,
At
probably
this
2 or
point, he
3
needs
more.
like 3 more
Is the problem.
nuke factories and 3 more reactors to even keep up with the time limits.
The thing is though
And-
that all Bible Tech needs to do is survive the initial Alpha Strike and he's won.
That's if he doesn't
I
shoot.
wouldn't say what he needs to do. Survive the initial Alpha Strike.
Rick does have 3
No,
nukes worth of
because he
storage.
has 3 nukes, yeah. He's gonna have to survive a lot more than just an Alpha Strike.
He's gonna need to survive
With
an alpha.
only 1 powered shield, I don't think he's gonna survive much.
I
He
mean,
should have just
that's-
thrown some reactors in there at the last minute.
I would totally put down at least 1.
His nuke factory has finally gotten power, and he has 0 nukes in storage.
I think
No,
by
I'm kidding.
placing those extra boost thrusters, he actually shot himself in the foot because now he needs so much more power to fill them. And it's also taking up all of his crew.
So his crew is kind of being dumb because yeah, like there's like 2 quarters not doing anything, and then all the other crew are just like slowly walking through quarters. I mean
It's possible he tried to do some sort of crew assignment and simply ran out of time, forgot about it.
Rick is
Bro, why didn't you go to the bottom
twiddling
ring?
his thumbs and confused about what to do. He was already going. He literally already got to the bottom ring and then flew back because he was. I think he thought there was more time.
I
but-
guess that technically counts.
Yeah, it's fine.
Or maybe he's trying to do the surprise attack.
He might be getting ready for a bombing run, just immediately.
be the smart thing to do. The opponent isn't even armed yet.
He can't
Well,
like
he'll want
He has
to.
no guns.
he can't like actually
Nuke factory's
resupply
out of
though.
power. What happened?
Okay, he
He's
didn't
actually really smart.
manually
he-
launch the nuke.
He
Are
fired
those
his
nukes gonna
nukes a
turn
little to
around?
the side. Yep.
Oh, that's not okay. Well, you have to fix that.
Wait, what?
If they come back and kill him, that's not okay.
If he auto fired the nukes, then they don't home. Like
They're home
at
at
all.
Line.
So
They
he
just
didn't
they just came
auto-fire
from
them.
outside the ROD, and they're gonna get hits in.
No,
Oh, it might hit and might.
he's gonna body
Oh,
block
yeah.
for Bible Tech.
Oh my goodness.
Why is friendly fire off? Friendly fire should be on.
Yeah, friendly fire on is.
Okay,
and
Nug
someone
has
who
left the
actually-
ring.
Friendly fire on makes me rage.
That's the point. You're supposed to rage if you don't think.
You have like 5 seconds to get that
Friendly
thing out.
fire, good for entertaining people who don't actually play.
I do think him firing the nukes to the side was intentional because if he fired them straight, then they just hit the frontal armor.
Ooh, that was hard to watch.
Pretty good.
All right, so now it's the
He still
battle.
has-
We get their nukes
Still
restocked.
has no nukes. He should shut off half the nukes so he can focus on refilling one side.
You should probably turn off like most of the thrusters too, because the boost is constantly pulling away from crew and the energy.
Honestly, just turn off all those extra wing things, and you'll be fine. Oh, that's an F.
Ooh. Using the crew as a
Yeah,
shield in
off for him.
terms of the wings was a good idea. Okay, timer started.
Looks like
Another
Rick
nuke
is
coming in
shaving
at
the
him.
wings off for him.
Normally, one nuke
um,
factory can supply one nuke launcher. All right, maybe 2 if you don't care about constant rate of fire. You need to get back in the ring.
Okay, so
It's been like 15
yeah.
seconds.
Sorry, Bible Tech.
That's game.
Yeah.
okay, well that's game unfortunately.
Yes, it has definitely been out for more than 10 seconds. I think the ring should be a bit larger, but there's really no way to change that.
I do think if he had fewer power issues, that Bible Tech would have won this. His
Yeah,
design is a lot more solid.
It needed
Yeah.
retro thrust though.
He needed reactors in general. Before retro thrust, he just needed more power.
Yeah, those two armor blocks, those four armor blocks, separated into two shields. You could have put reactors there.
Yeah, that would have probably solved most of his issues.
Really, if he just had nukes loaded by the time he got in the fight, I don't think that Rick could have sustained many hits.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he
that's
was a really he had a really flimsy ship there.
But each chunk, like his armor, like even though it's very light, it would easily stop a nuke, right? Or even two nukes. Like just by turning, he could absorb 2-3 nukes with no damage to his critical systems with that kind of cage armor.
But at the same time, if he has 6 nukes fired at him, at least one of those is probably going to hit somewhere important.
Also, those shields definitely did nothing. There's no reason to use shields on a new craft. Because,
Shield,
No, they help. They help
Rolling.
now. Originally, shields were useless, but now they actually do something.
yeah, but you could definitely better spin that by just using structure pieces and some armor bits to like catch nukes that are way outside.
All right. Oh, so it's
But
YouTube.
the thing is, though, the shields can reload, and
That
when
is
you're
not okay.
in any situation, right, when you only have like 500k, the shields can reload a lot faster than nukes. You know, so if you have like 2 shields constantly absorbing 1 nuke at a time, and the opponent isn't holding fire to recharge all his launchers, right, that's a huge advantage actually.
So I know that Puller and I have to mute. Do we also have to leave the voice chat?
No,
You can just mute.
Alright.
just
Yeah,
mute.
Range is special.
Silence.
Cast
Okie dokie, okie dokie, okie dokie, okay, so PD.
Just to be clear, please go over the time one more time.
So what buttons are they, and what limitations are they getting?
PD and no shields. That's great. Good luck, guys.
Okay,
Please remind me when the time is almost up for leaving the room.
mm-hmm. Okay. I thought it was 7:30.
Well,
Like
you
to get
changed
to the
it now,
central
so-
ring.
No, it was
Saris,
Go over the time.
Saris is the host. I guess it's 7:30.
Well, whatever. Just go at whatever the time limit is.
Okay,
It's not like randomness isn't gonna hurt.
so you have to leave by 8:30, and you have to get in the central ring by 7:30. So you have 30 seconds. Okay.
We're allowed to discuss strategy or not?
You can.
Let's not.
Oh, so where's Exicade in this new bracket?
He didn't sign up yet. Like, he can, but he didn't do it yet.
Alright, let's see what they build.
Do you like the tournament seed ships with the paint?
They look nice.
I messaged Execate. I'm asking him if he wants to play in the tournament.
He would probably replace Coolest Rocco 420 because that person didn't actually check in.
Either way, if that person doesn't show up, we can just have one of the hosts show up in their place.
I really wish there was a way to observe people building the ships because unfortunately there's no way to do that, so we are watching them.
The only way to do that is creative, not in Dom.
One of the casters, one of the players would have to be the caster, the host.
It's a shame one I didn't show up this time too. He was like easily the best builder than the last one. Despite having, you know, lost.
Where did he lose to?
I don't remember. The thing was that you could use missiles and mines, and when I used big brain moves to use only mines, and he lost to missiles. But he got done with his ship to the point where he actually was able to assign crew effectively. He was probably the only person to do that in the entire tournament.
The second round, Slow King did some crew assignment. Although it wasn't very effective, I saw many of his flaks unable to get ammo, despite the factories behind them being full of ammo. Yeah, Slow King did some basic crew assignment.
Oh, we have a ship in the bottom right. In the bottom right. It's a nice little wall. Oh no.
Because supply lines are hard to hit. I mean,
Oh
at
boy.
least his reactors-
Wait, wasn't it
his
no
reactors
armor?
are heavily
It was no
protected, but,
shields.
Oh, no shields. Okay.
his reactors are extremely well protected, but
That is
I don't
great.
like- I just dislike his supply lines. That's kind of horrible.
These aren't supply lines.
Yeah, this is like
He also
What if, like-
filled in all his doors, which I find incredible.
what do bugs have? Bugs have like open. They don't have blood vessels. They have like perfusion of blood in their veins.
I wonder what
that's what
Polar's gonna make.
I'm so cursed to see
What
this
was-
ship.
All right, so
They have to be in and out by 9, so
By
you guys
9:30.
have, yeah, you guys have
Casper already
about,
did his in and out, although he doesn't have any retro thrust.
yeah, you guys have about 2.5 minutes to go out of your ring and come back in.
Polar bear, you
Oh,
cheese
this-
lord.
This PD has armor.
Or,
Mhm.
he doesn't have doors to the.
Actually know how this works because PD will randomly target every single part of the ship. You can't actually aim with it.
Hey,
When you add wings like that, it causes the PD to shoot at the armor wedges that do nothing.
you were supposed to give that away.
Well, I was explaining it to the new viewers that might not know this. It's
Now you're going to cause the match to be changed.
how is it going to be
Um,
changed?
Polar, you might want to start moving, man. You have about a minute.
His ring within 60 seconds.
Polar, you kind of need a control room to move.
You
about to
might
get there.
want to do that. No, he's got it. There is a guy delivering the energy right now. I can see him or her or it, etc. There we
They.
go.
It is confirmed that all crew in Cosmeteer are attack helicopters.
Yes.
I'm not gonna get into that pool of madness during the tournament, but whatever.
Alright,
Polar
get out.
also.
Now you have to get back in.
Okay,
Also, retro thrust.
it's a bold
What is-
move of
what is it?
Redstone to not use like the minute and a half of building time he has.
Gonna
Let's-
capture mid and win.
I mean, it's not the point of this, but still.
You know, I would have like removed some of the doors on my ship and like either added more PD or more armor, or maybe even thrust.
Yeah.
Or wings.
Yeah, exactly. Like adding vertical wings instead of horizontal might still be beneficial, but it's too late for that now, likely.
Polar has 30 seconds to get into the center.
Run, Polar, you got 30 seconds.
Wait. No, he has a minute and 30 seconds.
Okay.
Run, Polar, you got 30 seconds in a minute.
Let me not scare Polar.
You made him leave. He could have built some more. He's trying to. Yeah.
He's trying
Wow,
to go.
guys.
You don't need doors in your engine rooms, by the way.
Those are auto. Oh no, yeah, he auto placed all the doors possible on the ship. I'm pretty sure.
Actually, some of
Okay.
his crew and control
Well,
rooms
no,
need access
He
through
did
the
thrusters
thrusters.
and everything before. He did all the thruster cores before he did the crew, so that's probably why.
Okay, well the fight
Okay.
has started now. They're both in the ring, and if they leave for more than 10 seconds, they lose. Shouldn't be much of an issue though, since basically both of them have nothing but forward thrust.
But
Are they holding fire?
they didn't switch them to attack. They're by default PD is on defend only.
There you go. Someone
There we
switched to
go.
attack.
That was
Redstone
Redstone.
has all the DPS, but Polar is a bajillion times tankier.
Yes, but he has a bajillion times less attack power. The Alpha Strike is running out.
Yeah. So his perfusion-based supply lines are not supplying sufficient.
Guys, you're both out of the ring.
No, they have to be completely out of it. No parts touching the ring.
Yeah, they're touching it. They're fine.
So it seems
They
that like
touch you.
Polar is actually hitting his own armor, so Redstone isn't taking damage.
Also,
Mostly?
by
His armor's about to be destroyed. It's fine.
he's forcing his PD to ignore the wings by ramming. That's a genius move.
It's quite smart of him. Yes.
Yeah. If he had the time, well, he doesn't now, but if he had the time, Polar could have used a structured cage.
And push and like made it
Yeah.
prongs or
the
something.
enemy P- prongs.
Basically anything to keep distance.
I think it's my fault for scaring Polar by telling
Hey,
him
but
he
this is Redstone's game.
had a minute left.
Polar has. Oh no, Polar's done.
He has no
Unfortunately,
weapons.
unfortunately, I don't think that would have changed anything, given a minute of
Well, no.
time. Oh,
Budget
well.
left.
So apparently you caused Polar to lose, so what now?
You guys want to do?
Would the match have different settings?
Of course, you did that for the first match.
Yeah.
Uh,
Okie dokie, rematch time. Doo-doo-doo. Don't scare the participants. Please, Neop.
Yeah, Nap. Don't scare him.
400 exactly. The smallest amount of money that can be possible.
That's a small amount of money.
It is not an official tournament. That's why there can be rematches. The rules change as we go.
It's 90% official, so which is why I'm being mostly strict about it. Mostly strict.
If y'all beg enough, rematches can happen.
Well, the thing is rematches are always going to be allowed or disallowed by the winner. So technically, I guess someone could just spam rematches since they were bored, so they could curb stomp someone. It'd be kind of rude, but I guess it could be possible.
The other
Getting curb stop could stop stop saying I want a rematch,
Yeah, I could just give up, obviously.
or the host could override it and say, obviously you're not gonna win.
rails and no shields. That's game. Let's make it-
Okay. Whoever has the better alpha strike.
It's whoever has the best sniper.
Well, armor matters in this case because armor can block spell shots.
Yeah, true. Very true.
Armor is extremely efficient actually against rails.
Okay, don't mess up the time.
Hey, it's
All
not
right.
our participants should know.
You're in charge of telling them all the timings. I'll just keep my mouth shut.
Okay, fine. I
Yep.
can
There's
work with
the only
this.
one talking.
If you two wouldn't mind, like you could potentially try non-blueprint mode. Maybe show us what you're doing. I won't scare
not
you
gonna
like
have to.
the other caster did though. You can do whatever you want. Sorry, I interrupted you. What were you saying? Or was that Polar? I think that was Polar. It's not supposed to be talking.
He responded to your question. He said never gonna happen.
Kinda sus. I remember when the backgrounds were able to be like much more brighter and intense, such that this noxious yellow would be even worse.
I mean, it was considered unbalanced because the people are like, oh, I can't see mines on this background.
I actually remember
That's
that.
back when people like barely use mines. Now no one even uses them.
You had to use
I
like
mean,
the planet or star in the background to see them. And, like actually
Yeah,
shift the
but
camera.
that's a strategy thing.
in the past, PD wasn't so powerful, so not everything brought PD. But now everything brings PD, therefore mines are less powerful. That's just
Mines are useless. They've always been.
no, mines were extremely useful. They were
The only time mines were useful were when they instantly exploded upon shooting them out, so you could have the mine shotguns.
I remember the mine shotguns.
Those were great times with boost thrust. Oh,
Those
no,
are like the
I
OG bombers.
yep.
the
Then we had to wait for the nukes to come out.
the first counter to the orbital rammer was the mine missile avoider, right? And that invented by yours truly, and it was extremely good against the orbiter.
It was good against first gen orbiters.
Wow, it beat Nord's HHT Super 16 engine block build actually with 75% rate. Well, 66% because he said those first 4 games didn't count. I wasn't serious. And against Nord, the best best orbiter pilot.
Is it Nord now? I thought Nord was second. I thought best.
I
Who was
don't
the
know.
best?
To be clear to new
I mean,
players,
I mean the original one.
orbiters are ships that have almost completely forward-facing thrust, which are currently the most powerful thing in the meta right now.
Who made the original orbiter? Who made No Step on Snake?
That was OM or OEM.
Ohm is the best pilot. There we go. That's who it was.
Ohm is the best multi-ship pilot, but
Ohm was the best orbiter pilot for a long time.
well, in the beginning, you couldn't directly control orbiters with manual control. So Ohm auto-fired his thrusters in the correct combination to achieve the over-ramming effects.
Yeah,
But,
that's
once-
still an orbiter pilot.
Yeah, so, but the thing is though, once manual control happened, I think Nord became the better orbiter pilot. And Ohm
I
also
thought
stopped.
it was One Eye. After Ohm, I know that One Eye was one of the better ones since he had the best
One
ships.
Eye was a top player, certainly, but
I don't think that there's a best, just that those three players, respectively, are all on an equal level
can't
of
just say-
feared.
Well,
It's
whenever
just-
I thought of Nord, I would always see either his orbiters or I would see his missile barges. So I thought he was just like really good at building ships in general and piloting in general. I just thought
all the top players are very good at building. That's just how it is.
well, yeah, obviously.
If you look at I mean, the top players though, you can't just say it's only One Eye or only Ohm. There's Vilda, there's
Well, no,
Equalizer,
there's top players for each thing. Every player has their own niche that they're incredibly good at. Like I still haven't seen anyone that can build a missile barge better than Nord can.
I can build a missile barge better than Nord can.
Do it
I
now,
built- No,
We have to
right
stop.
now on the spot.
We have
No.
to stop the stream for this, obviously.
We need Gustav to show up and make something.
all right. So,
Okay, Redstone
Redstone-
successfully left. Polar.
He's powering up. He's powering
I
up.
told you to warn me. Why?
He warned you in chat with minutes.
I don't think the Polar made it out on time.
He did not.
So is that
I-
disqualified?
I'm just listening. Oh my goodness.
We were distracting him by our talking.
Okay, fine, ignore it then. Sheesh.
All right, you guys got 1 minute left to build.
You cannot attack Redstone until the 7 minutes left, by the way. Polar, if that was a strategy. Both grounds of these two have decided to, like, ignore the building time and just, the remaining building time and just go at it.
You give them such low budget that they ran out of building time. They run out of budget already. They're already at almost the limit. So Redstone's got into the ring. He's now threatening to bombard Polar.
Yes. If someone enters the main ring, then you can just attack them or whatever. You just can't attack them in their own ring until the 7-minute mark. Okay.
Oh boy, Redstone's not turning. That's game.
Oof.
Yeah. I thought he would be.
boys.
He looked like he had enough turn, but he didn't turn fast enough.
I think that's the first time a rail bomber, or whatever those are known by, has been successful in a tournament.
I think it's a rail strafe or something like that. I don't think they have
Rail
enough
strafer.
name. No one uses them enough to give them an official name.
Yeah, they're not, like, exactly effective.
Well, yeah.
I mean, against a conventional rail fan, they can just shoot you when you shoot them in the side.
Well,
You
these
know,
are
like, you
technically
just
either
turn
side
you.
fans or they're rail flankers. I don't know which was a two sound.
Yeah, rail barges are just... Rail barges are the railguns that don't fan. Like, have no
rail
intention...
barge is just missile barges with rails.
Maybe, I don't know.
Alright.
Well, you
Wait,
guys
hold on.
inspired a quite divisive discussion about who's the best player now.
First of all, Nord won the last official tournament. Alright. And secondly, like, One Eye, Equalizer, Vilda, the others acknowledge that he's generally probably the best at control. So it's probably Nord, right? Ohm is also very good. He was second place in the last tournament. Which I also predicted, by the way. So, like, I predicted who would win the tournament. You know, I predicted either Nord or OEM would win. I also predicted that.
Well,
who would place
obviously
highly in
they
the
were the
tournament.
two strongest seeds.
Ohm always wins because he finds the best cheese. Ohm is a great player, but he's also a great cheese hunter.
I mean, he didn't win against Nord though.
Well,
So-
yeah, but I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about whenever Ohm's in some amazing kind of cheese, and I love it.
I mean, he finds where the game isn't well thought out, and finds an exploit for it. Yeah, that's true.
Oh, is it Execute and Hatter?
Yes, Coolest Draco was replaced since he didn't check in.
Oh yeah, I'd like to thank Cosmic for actually coming up with that idea. Came back up with it back in like January.
And if Execade fails to show up, I am going to ban him from future tournaments since I replaced someone else with him. It's going to be kind of upsetting if he
Pretty
doesn't
sure
show
he was
up.
one of the original ones to come up with that idea.
Execute
At
was.
least I've never seen it done competitively until Cosmic did it.
Execute, come on, show up.
All right, we've executed it. So the budget
Restriction.
9, you're limited now, Saris.
What?
Also close the room.
Why do I have to close the room?
Okay, I mean, gave up. You're in a public chat, so.
Well, it was in the announcements too, so it's not as if it was exactly hidden.
No, sorry about
I remember the old ion walls. It's been a long time since I've seen an ion without prisms. They like don't exist anymore.
It's because
Without
prisms
prism-
are so powerful.
Yeah, so prisms allow you to have less surface area to defend. That makes your defense for a given surface area either a lot more powerful or
prisms are a lot more skill based, I guess, in design compared to like a wall, I would say.
yeah, it's more involved.
Same with rails, honestly. Rails take a lot of knowledge about them and how they work. You can't just slap them on a wall and expect it to do much.
Well, it'll likely be in the future that walls won't work as a archetype anymore. Because
Yeah,
shields...
I mean, they kind of don't because the whole point of Walt's been trying to push on. He kind of just made eggshells the meta, but
Oh, I think walls. Their PD walls are very strong in the meta. Like they're, I think Naira Villa said that they're played perfectly, but they're so fragile. It's very hard to play them perfectly. One mistake gets you killed. PD Iron Wall like beats like everything in the meta right now.
Well, the only reason PD Ion Wall is meta is because of the current meta. It's like, if the current meta was something different, it wouldn't be PD Ion Wall.
Yeah, if well no, I think PD actually reliably intercepts the railgun bullets now. So yeah, you can intercept railgun bullets reliably now.
If you're rail fan, you're able to shoot out important parts though, like prisms, etc.
The problem is that they have so much PD. They can stop your fan shots from killing them, right? So you can't damage them actually. They just have enough PD to shoot down 6 rail bullets in a row. Because of the patch making PD much more efficient. Series of patches making PD much more efficient.
Yeah. In this game, it's either meta or it's unused, which is kind of unfortunate.
It was used, just not. It was just used as a like on the back of a wall or on the side to cover any gaps in your flak.
oh yeah, I've been meaning to ask, what is the point of making them get out of the ring early?
The goal is so that they actually are done building the ship by the 5-minute mark, and after they leave and come back, they can add fire extinguishers, doors, etc.
Yeah, but like the amount of time
fine.
they're given to do that is literally none, as you can see from when Captain Redstone and I fought. Like,
Oh yeah.
we went out of the
Whatever.
ring 30 seconds
Cover-
later we were fighting. Oh boy, he painted.
Oh, if he
Yeah,
painted, he already won. Paint is very
Yeah.
powerful.
OP.
He's quite the eyesore. Very nice design too.
I think there's a design hiding in there somewhere, but I can't see anything.
It's working as intended. Paint.
You can show ship interiors to look at it if you must.
Yeah, let's look at the ship interior. Interesting, not using ion prism. Or,
Actually.
Well, you're not allowed to use prisms. That was the limitation
oh,
this round.
okay. I was confused about that. I thought you were talking about them being allowed.
Normally having a single control room, especially in the center, would be a bad idea, but because we're not using prisms, you can't really focus fire, so it's not a big issue.
Yeah, and look at how much armor's behind. Interesting, he has 0 back thrust. That will be pretty challenging to aim his shots. So I suppose he could just ram. He'd have a pretty good chance of all the armor.
He also has shields, so if Exicade decides to not have shields, he'll lose because the ions will just shoot straight down the barrel and take out the other ions.
I mean, triangles can block this, but their hit point isn't that high. Their amount of hit points is only 1,000 each.
Execute needs to be building, otherwise he won't have time to start flying.
Well, only Caster Ninja and like Polar.
Does not look good.
It's kind of unfortunate that Hatter will be missing a match, since he has 15 seconds to boot up.
Seconds.
Yeah, I don't think there's basically no way to get out in time at this point. That's unfortunate.
He can slap down a booster thruster and a control room. No, he's out of time now.
Oh, up a ship. It's a nice ship, but sadly way too late.
You used the wrong yor. Ah!
U apostrophe R-E-D.
It's a paint coat. You all know this. Okay.
Does anyone else want to face Hatter?
Not especially. He's probably the #1 seed, like in tournament terms.
Yeah, his ship was already better than Execade's, not gonna lie, as soon as he built it like 3 minutes ago.
I wonder why Exicade used so many standard thrusters instead of large thrusters.
And 3-sec acceleration for ions because they can't aim.
That's a good point.
And he was probably also rushing at this point.
I don't think Exicade's Russian. His English is likely too good
He
for
said
that.
rushing.
Rushing. Oh,
Rushing,
sorry.
That's Russian. Oh my
Nice maneuver by Hatter.
Oh wow, that's insane.
Hatter is a
Yeah,
pretty
he
good
is.
player.
If he had rammed, that would have been game right there.
Uh,
I think Hatter
Yeah.
just has a more effective ship. Like, Exicade is missing doors on 2 of his ions.
even if he weren't, his armor rating is much lower. And his shield stacking isn't as good.
Yeah. Unless one of them gets disqualified for being out of the ring, I think Hatter's gonna win just from higher damage.
He already won
Yeah,
via
but,
the
30
timeout
seconds.
limit.
Well, I mean,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah, that's true. Doesn't really matter at this point.
This probably might be the most egregious example of the skill disparity between the two players, which is unfortunate.
SK's Hatter's just very skilled at this game, very talented.
I mean, Execute has been doing. Wait, no, he doesn't have Starbase, does he? I don't know.
I mean,
No,
Execute
he
is a
doesn't.
good player, but Hatter is one of the best.
I wouldn't say one of the best. He can't pilot orbiters. He's very good at wolf.
Yeah, he's good at like smaller ships. I feel like.
Hatter is really good at wolves, but like he doesn't build the other archetypes well.
I feel like that's hardly negligible, because if you can build one ship type well, then it means that you have potential to build any ship type well if you want to. But if you just don't have fun playing it, like myself and Orbiters, then
That's not true. Some ship types reward some kinds of thinking better than others.
Hatter almost pulls off a very nice pit maneuver.
Yeah, also, his Hatter ship looks like I couldn't have designed that in like 30 minutes.
Hatter still has the majority of its hull remaining, while
Like, he has all
XK's
the
ship
ratios correct and everything. It's crazy.
is halfway destroyed already.
he also has 200k credits on Execade in terms of fleet value.
Yeah.
Right, Xcade is finally starting to lose some parts. Shielding is pretty strong on both ships.
I mean, it's iron walls. The shield generators are more energy efficient than the in terms of energy efficiency, more efficient than the ions. And also, Hatter's overturning a lot.
Because both ships are overturning, they're simply not focusing on the opponent long enough to get through the shields, for the most part.
They have to overturn if they want to go backwards. They have no back thrust. Also, Hatter has adjacent shields, which means like at least 1.5 times the recharge rate compared to X-Base, which is a significant advantage, especially with ions.
Bouncing around right now.
Another great pit maneuver, though he overturned a little.
I mean, he's still able to vaporize some components behind shields for free.
I think Hatter might be the only person to actually have paint on his ship too.
I mean, his
Yeah.
default paint put on pretty good.
I told
see
you
those.
paint was powerful. Look how much he's winning by. It's 50% building, 50% paint.
Hatter is one of the best painters though, and that is unarguable.
Yeah, that's true. He's definitely a top painter, probably a top 5.
He did use a paint card this time though, so a little bit unfortunate we don't get to see the extent of his painting skills.
He could easily use the actual paint job paint, like from like another ship he built. But I mean, this is a competitive match.
To be fair, I don't think a lot of people know about the ability to move paint from one ship to another.
Yeah, load paint.
His
Load
current
paint,
ship is pretty unorthodox too. I don't think any paint jobs would have applied super well, especially given how intricate Hatter tends to paint.
Exactly, yeah.
So Xcade is slowly getting worn down. He's lost shielding on his right side, so it's just a matter of time before that reactor blows.
Like about right now.
No, overturned a little.
He doesn't have any retrofits. If he had some retrofits, he would have won already. Because he
And
was,
there it goes.
and there she goes.
And
the
Execute
second
likely
reactor.
doesn't have fire extinguishers, so that's game.
Good game.
Turn this setup.
Let's hope and pray I don't have to go against Hatter.
You just forfeit now. No, you won't. You don't get to do that. Not this time.
I'll just build the you win GG again.
Polar, I will ban you from casting and playing if you do that.
What happened?
Back when
Well,
there was a
thing
really
is,
long time
when
ago
I
where nukes
exploited
didn't exist, and Polar threw a match by using a ship that said you win.
it was basically an exploit. Well, I used an exploit to win, and I really didn't like that, and so I literally just forfeited by
Obviously,
using
he
a ship
managed
earlier
to
than like
beat
5 minutes.
everyone else in the bracket until he got to the finals with this said exploit, until he actually
With Falcon
forfeit
Fire, who
there
I had way too
instead.
much respect for. And if I had used any other ship, it wouldn't have been fun to play with me, because I literally did not have any other good ships at the time.
I mean,
So I
there's
just
fun
decided
and
to
there's
forfeit.
exploitive. I was one of the people that he beat in the bracket. I probably could have won the match if he hadn't beaten me in the process. Just for reference.
What are we waiting for?
Just for reference, I'm definitely better, so
Obviously.
Facts.
obviously I'm the best player in the game.
Obviously. But yeah, Redstone will replace you, and I will probably never let you cast again if you do that, so.
Seems a little overkill.
Good thing I'll be hosting weekly collective tournaments in Cosmosphere.
Bruh. Can I have an invite to that
Can't join
server?
him,
You
beat
never
him?
actually posted it for me.
I have posted it several times.
I don't believe you.
Saris,
What?
you said that Rick won.
I did? No I
Yep.
didn't. I don't believe you.
Yes, you did.
I don't believe you.
Tournament announcements. Rick wins. Rick and KWH are next.
What are you talking about?
Casually removes it.
Yeah, I don't know what you're talking about. Shut up. I don't believe you.
Forgot to ping him.
Okay, 600k exactly. Interesting.
Yeah, especially after the 400k match. We've hit the extremes.
Okay, Electrobolters and no
600k
armor.
is... It's going to be quite a bit of money to work with compared to some of the other matches. Oh, that's going to be interesting.
Quarter armor.
So Electrobolters don't do much physical damage, but they pierce through shields, a lot of shields, and they drain energy from whatever they hit. And
Yeah,
since
no
they
armor,
actually
that's
use
terrible.
power, one of the counters for an Electrobolt is more Electrobolts. So this is going to be a really interesting match.
Yep.
Normally a big advantage would be using a triangle design with armor, but since we don't have armor, I'm pretty sure both people are just going to use walls.
Yeah. I mean, they could go for a V. They want to focus a bit.
I think focusing isn't actually good for electro boulders, especially if you're not facing shields. Just overkill.
Polar, we can hear you typing.
Sorry about that.
Polar has been muted. He is at 0% user volume, and I cannot hear him, which means he is not heard on the stream. This punishment will continue for 1 minute.
Brief. Polar, this is the opportune time to mess with your soundboard.
You guys were supposed to use the soundboards tactically to make the matches funnier, but you didn't. It's kind of sad.
By you guys, you mean just Polar?
I was pretty sure New Age of Power had access to one too, but I guess it's Polar too.
To what?
Soundboard. Okay, I'm turning you up, Polar. Don't be blasting anything, please.
I have audio recorded, but I didn't think there's it was okay to play it when we had to do a redo, and I just completely forgot about playing it.
No, it's fine. I guess Polar can do it. But he was supposed to do like sound effects when something happened, like ships ran into each other, and it would be the exclamation point noise sound effect.
I definitely didn't say that, but I mean, they wouldn't really. I'd probably just be annoying, honestly. That's why I did.
Fair, I suppose.
Yeah, that would have been pretty annoying last match.
Metal clanging noise. Ooh, Nug has a ship.
It's a very tiny ship. I wonder if he's going to try to double it.
It is 600k, so he has enough money to do so. No one's...
He just wants to fly out and fly back so he doesn't get DQ'd.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Oh, he'll want retro thrust if he wants to fly back.
Well, he can rotate really ineffectively.
I figured they would do some sort of like using corridors armor or some crew bunks.
Maybe. They would benefit from a lot of backward thrust.
I think this is the...
Air extinguishers are the best armor.
I think
Oh, he
this
doubled
is
it.
gonna be a fight where there's a lot of avoiding, but they only have forward thrust, so I guess not.
I mean, you can still use avoider tactics,
Well,
as long as you don't just ram them directly.
Well, most of avoider tactics is just like strafing diagonally away. You know, backwards.
You need a lot of straight thrust to avoid your tactics properly.
Well, but Electrobolters have a pretty high firing arc, so you could just move
Their
sideways.
range and their range is limited. Their bullet speed, it's okay, but it's not the best. All right, could someone warn KWH how much time he has left?
Mm-hmm.
So we don't get an XK repeat.
Yep. No, 2 minutes. Bad Polar. 2 minutes.
Well, we're just doing what I did. Giving him a little scare.
And
Ooh.
Okay, but to be fair, 2 minutes. Oh, minute is a lot. Well, I mean, I don't know. It's not very much more, but you said 30 seconds, which means you would better be flying. That's how I finish this sentence.
he does finally have his ship placed. That's
Okay.
pretty impressive.
That is...
I don't know why he's using shields, though. Shields are... they'll only waste power if you're fighting Electrobolts.
No, it's no armor, not no shields.
Oh, but shields are useless against Electrobolts.
But you can have them. Nuff is trying to sabotage the tournament. I know I
Yeah,
had
but you don't
misgivings
want
about
to.
you.
Alright, I can quit casting if you want.
No, you're fine. I'm kidding. Don't leave me.
I do like how KWH is using his quarters as armor to protect his reactor. That's pretty clever.
That is ingenious. But you know what you could do? Use control rooms as armor.
Very overpowered.
Extremely expensive.
Don't tell them that, Star. It's just like,
He needs more crew, because things aren't powering up fast enough.
He likely needs more crew, yes.
Supply line too.
Yep. You don't have any back thrust, so it might be an issue. You have back thrust now.
Oh, those boost thrusters are for back thrust. Okay.
yeah, those are definitely gonna be active during the entire match.
Yes. He should
Not at
probably
all.
move those back a bit so that they don't get
Not
shot
extended.
by the enemy, but okay.
Yeah, I would literally not even bother putting them there because they're just gonna get shot at and you're wasting power.
I mean, realistically, right now... How do I pronounce that name?
I just say KWH.
Just say KWH.
Alright, KWH is at a massive disadvantage because he only has one reactor.
It's
Yeah,
the large
it's
reactor.
Yeah, he still had a mass.
Technically, it's actually better to have a large reactor because he's gonna get more energy per crew
Yeah,
that
it'll get
delivers.
more energy, but it'll get
Which
deleted.
will
And
allow, yeah, I know, but it will allow it to fire before getting removed. Because if you only have 1 or 2 batteries put in at a time, it can get removed before
Yeah,
it's
you
put in fire.
can make a big reactor. It's more crew efficient.
Look at
also,
Nug's
I think
ship.
he really messed up his conveyor belts because some of them are facing just the void.
Oh, we fixed it. Oh wait, never mind.
He needs to hurry up and get to the center.
Yeah, he's running low on time. Oh, he just added more crew.
Smart idea.
Nug's ship is pretty impressive, by the way, and just, like, you know.
Please throw the match.
Ah.
How considerate of him.
Come on, I believe in
10,
you.
9, 8, 7.
Luckily, he has a lot of forward thrust, so it looks like he's maybe gonna make it. That's gonna be close.
1.
I would say he
0.
made it, because that's really close enough.
Good enough.
Okay.
And he might overshoot because he doesn't have any back thrust. Oh, he does have back thrust.
Yeah, he has a little. All right, start fighting.
I think he probably loses the match in terms of, like, the actual damage, though, because of Nug's ship being, you know,
More
sped.
electrobolters.
A massive amount of electrobolts.
As you can already see, the electrobolts have just completely shredded KWH's shields. That's gonna be draining a lot of his power.
Also,
Yeah.
he's not.
Out of the ring, out of the ring.
Get back in the ring, boys.
Back in the ring, people.
Technically,
5 more
if
seconds.
neither of them get back, then Nug wins.
Left the ring first.
Nug's taking both of them back in. That's great.
Okay,
And
K-
never mind.
KWH is fighting back.
that counts as
Oh,
sumo,
so
so
he
it
just
won't.
reset his timer, didn't he?
Yeah, but
they're
it counts as
they're
sumo, so
both
it doesn't
out.
apply.
And they're both out.
That was so dumb.
Realistically, in that situation, KH would have won on a technicality, but that's fine.
Hey, Rick is actually being really smart here. He just
Oh, Nug is
fired
out.
at some of the moving walkways, which hurts KWH's supply lines. He's taking advantage of the fact that KWH is only using 1 reactor.
Honestly, Nug could just get stuck to him and just focus fire for a long time. That's what he's doing, but
Okay, they both leave the ring. If they both
Yeah,
leave the
doesn't
ring, it
quite-
really
I-
doesn't matter.
Yeah, if they're stuck together, then there's no real point in counting. Only if one of them stays out there.
the sheer electro bolters.
Alright, that reactor is really taking damage. And there we go.
Oh, and it blew up. Oh, it's good.
It took half of Nug's ship with
Like
him.
an explosion.
Good job, Rick.
Okay.
Remember, kids, don't stand next to giant reactors when they're about to explode.
Yes.
Good job, Rick.
I mean, because it actually was kind of close.
I have lost several matches
Your
before.
crew had fire extinguishers. And in this case, it was actually close.
Oh.
Oh,
Does he have any fire extinguishers?
Oh my goodness, there's no ways to.
Well, who would put
Wait,
fire
is
extinguishers
there-
on?
yeah,
he's not reloading. He has more extinguished. Oh, they're reloading now, but
Oh, come on, we needed to see whether he blew up or not.
Yeah.
We can assume he blew up.
Yeah, so Nug won. Good job, Nug.
Rick, you mean?
Nug means Rick in a certain language that I can't disclose. Oh, he gets to stay here and play. It's great.
Yes.
What are the restrictions this time?
Let me see. Stop breathing in the mic, please.
oh wait, okay, someone's asking to get kicked.
We're now banished from voice chat. You've lost your voice chatting privileges.
Polar, I don't want to hear that from you. You're doing it just as. You can't even play the soundboard without cutting it out. How?
Yeah, that was weird. I think it's messed up. I think when I was changing my sound to actually allow me to listen to it at the same time, it's now only let me hear it, and you guys cannot hear it except for
Wait,
the
That's
Isn't-
unfortunate.
Aren't we supposed to have Enoshade in this fight?
No.
Look at the bracket.
Smoking won that
I
match.
managed. I've confused myself, but okay.
Yeah. Maybe. So this
I
is.
just don't see how Rick is going twice in a row.
I'll just leave
Nope.
this running until the game starts.
Here's the bracket, you can stare at that. So this is funny because it's another old meta of heavy cannon walls, where you would have very little thrust and just have like a very thick wall that would just mostly just alpha strike the enemy, and
What's the restriction?
large cannon and no engine rooms.
Oh, this is old.
Yeah, it's funny that it's another old strategy.
Let's see who will be the first to place down the husk.
First one to paint wins.
Okay, that's weird. Apparently, okay, what? The sound is feeding into my microphone, but my microphone only turns on if I'm talking.
It's probably because the soundboard is too quiet. Discord just turns you off.
Maybe. Or it might not be working.
One in your burger.
I heard that.
15. Burger
There
King
we go.
want lettuce. The last thing you'd want is
We have a ship.
Ooh,
Rick has a classic large cannon wall.
even the small reactors to match.
Well, to be fair, ammunition doesn't take a lot of power.
I mean, it's
Especially
small
if you
reactors
only
though.
have- Ooh, he's adding click
He doesn't
against
have
me.
remotely enough ammo.
Oh, he's going for Alpha Strike for sure. Also,
He's going for
uh,
paint is what he's going
factories
for.
cost a lot more.
He also doesn't have the doors for some of his cannons.
But yeah, from classical cannon designs, you cannot just spam cannon factories everywhere because they are at least double the price.
I think that's a paint card though, so it likely doesn't count.
Hmm.
Yeah, I mean it's always a pink card. Do you think they have time to? Well, maybe you could have done.
I
that.
mean, Nug painted his
Yeah,
last
that's
ship, I think. No, that was a paint card too. It was too regular in the patterns. Quite
Yeah, like for
unfortunate.
someone to just like spam like random decals around their ship and call it paint.
Right, so one interesting aspect of large cannons is the bullet actually spawns at the tip of the barrel, and the barrel doesn't have a hitbox. So if you ram something directly, you can get the bullet to fire kind of slightly within their ship.
That's on top of cannons already having penetration.
It can be a
So
very
he's,
interesting mechanic.
Retro. Again, nobody likes retro thrust apparently.
Why would
I
you?
mean,
Also,
small ships don't have it. They don't need it.
Also, with large cannons, you want to ram, so why add any in the first place?
I think retro thrust is good for utility purposes.
Surprising amount of paint.
So I guess he actually did paint his ships at this time.
Just use the paint card, then added Saris to it, obviously.
Oh, so now we have another ship, and this one does not have retro thrust, but it has shields.
Imagine doing retro thrust.
Of course not.
Can't be me.
I think they should at least do like the little pegs and put shields on that, or put thrust on that. But yes, it's not.
You get out of your ring, and then you can come back and just looking. So put down a control room. Okay,
Yeah,
there we go.
It's not power yet. There we go. Now it does power.
Awesome.
You just have to go forward and come back. It looks
Nug is flexing
Nug-
by taking the control points.
Taking the control point doesn't do anything. You get no bonuses from it.
he's accepted his fate of just what he's built. Doesn't want to add anything to it.
Rick is just casually doing donuts.
Yeah, I don't think Slicker will be able to get back in his ring in time to start building.
Don't capture the point. Don't capture Bravo. That'll end the match. Because if you get all the points in domination, it ends the match.
If you capture that point, we kick you, and you'll be
Don't
disqualified.
attack him
Also, don't
either.
have him. You're not in. My goodness.
You can do that in 2 minutes, but not now.
Imagine someone designing a spinner, a mobile spinner, in this amount of time.
No
with
explosive
complication.
charges, though.
Yeah, they'd have to use the enemy to shoot the structure in the correct way so they can turn on their spinning ability.
There's a severe lack of ammo factories on Soul King ship.
More doors.
Both of them have pretty low amounts of ammo factories, but at least
Yeah, but
some
Nug at least has a strategy in mind.
Looking needs more doors.
forge.
Doors on his shields.
I wonder why Rick didn't use all of his budget. He still has quite a bit left.
Yeah, he has like 200k below Slow King.
He's flexing the slow.
Center. Both of you can't attack if you're not in the center.
Alright.
Okay, you have to get to the ring in 20 seconds, Nug. Alright.
He's doing a bombing run.
Okay, Slow King better turn around or this is gonna end really quickly.
One shot off. It's gonna hit the shields.
Oh, those are heavy hits.
He doesn't.
I like
Slow.
simultaneously.
Nug
They
doesn't have
over-
any shields though, so.
Looking just spent enough of his budget compared to Rick. He needs to aim a little bit better. Okay. Yep.
If he can
Oh,
start
boy.
enough fires, it's just over because Nug doesn't have fire extinguishers to support the cannon explosions.
Well, yeah.
Nug is being
This game is all about the
Upgraded.
shields right now.
Nug was a little too arrogant. He didn't spend his budget.
Yeah,
he might get
Hi,
overreacted.
Mom.
Oh, never mind.
He painted Hi Mom onto his ship.
Nice. Correct usage of time.
Also, Nug probably would have wanted to hold fire until ramming, because then, like Caster said, he could have used the hitbox mechanics to actually shoot behind the shields.
Yeah, that's very true.
I think that was Red that said that.
He was lost because he didn't spend enough of his.
And he has no more weapons. Oh, one more.
But he doesn't have any ammo for it.
Now
Yeah,
it's
I mean,
done. There we go. Technically, he could have won through Bravo, but they would be cheating.
Well, no, he could have won if he used all his budget.
Yeah.
Probably, yeah.
Well, who's next?
Slow King one. That happened. So it's Polar Bear and Hatter now.
No.
Hatter.
Why?
Best of luck to you.
I guess I'm gonna have to go to my grave today anyways.
Polar, come on, you got this.
Confidence is key.
Even if it's unbeknownst.
Confidence is key, building skill is the lock.
I think it's the other way around. Actually, no. You know what it is? Building skill is the key, but confidence is the wire cutters.
Mhm.
You have a tool, it's just not the right one.
Hatter is single-handedly going to cause the extinction of all polar bears.
We would get to call him a Mad Hatter then.
I'm sure
Does that
he's
mean
never
polar
hit that
bears
one
get
before.
called Alice now?
Saris, remember to move polar.
Oh yeah, I was waiting for him to join the match.
Good job,
Oh
Saris.
no, come on, why did you blow my cover?
You're scared.
Oh.
I hate missiles. I literally, the worst ship type is missiles.
That's all right.
You're kidding me.
Want to do mines and no armor then?
No.
I think the worst match would be EMPs, because even though they do a little damage, it's like even worse than Electrobolts.
Yeah, they were actually on the list before I forgot to remove them. Okie dokie.
But we've been here long enough for the background planet to get a little offset.
Fancy.
So, as far as strategies, I'm honestly not sure what they're gonna do. High explosive missiles are normally used with lots of armor because, I mean, they're kind of explosive.
Yep.
They might actually use a spinner this time because you have to use shields for lack of armor, and missiles have AI that can actually support being spun now. That's what I would do anyways. In my lack of
Same time-
knowledge.
Spinners, it's hard to build though. Like it takes a lot of time.
Also, high explosive missiles tend to do a fair amount of damage to shields, so it wouldn't protect you fully.
Well, how else are you supposed to get rid of the missiles without just absorbing them? Because you have no armor, and you have no PD or flak.
I think just a wall of shields might perform better, really.
If you say so.
The advantage of spinners is that you can distribute the incoming damage across a lot of shields.
Yet at the same time, you tend to have a smaller surface area, so you can't fit as many shields, is the thing.
Right, but
This might be the
It depends.
most challenging arrangement we've had so far.
so missile ships can choose which directions they hit you with missiles from. And the spinner says all directions equal for shielding.
Except for railguns, but we're not using those.
Yep.
So, neither of them have really built anything yet that we can see.
The secrecy. It's suspense.
It is a kind of viable strategy, but it leaves your ship unpowered.
Makes our job harder.
Well, as casters, it's your job to fill the silence, not complain about the silence.
It's complaining about the silence filling the silence.
But it's a bad filling of the silence.
But it is a filling.
See, I prefer chocolate filling.
Raspberry's better.
Oh, you've never had real chocolate, have you?
Maybe not chocolate filling, though.
Eh.
It's pretty good.
I mean, cream filling is good for some things.
This is probably the longest where it's just been the two seed ships staring at each other.
Yeah. I'm genuinely interested how they're gonna try to approach this.
No armor and is a pretty big restriction for shields.
Would anyone
Or-
like to go in the chat and tell them how much time they have left?
Saris' job.
Yeah. I wait for like the 30-second mark so I'm accurate. Cause I like being accurate. It's fun.
Oh, there's a ship.
Ooh.
And he's using corridors as armor.
It's beautiful.
We approve.
It does look pretty cool.
I mean, if he really wanted to, he could put a reactor and put some shields, but I don't think he has the budget for it.
It's a lot easier to go under than to go overboard and have to like fill in problems.
Oh, this other ship though.
Polar with the big brain strats as always.
Wow, Hatter, that corridor armor.
I don't think Polar has enough thrust.
Unfortunately, the corridor armor won't be very effective because it's not spaced out, at least the frontal armor. High explosive missiles love corridors.
It could also
Yeah.
be that it's corridor armor, not a strategy well known for its effectiveness.
I mean, if you space them out, it'll at least take more
For the
hits.
same cost, if you just spread out the corridors more, it'll soak up way more missiles. That's what Redstone's trying to say. He knows he's just slowly retro boosting back into his his house.
True, true.
He should invest in some corridors. Structuring corridors is the way to go. It's the wave.
I mean, why not?
Though I'm pretty sure if Hatter just gets that first missile launcher, the one that's all the way at the back, he's done because it'll also split his ship. He'll lose about half his ships until he only has one control.
Looks like Hatter is listening to the stream because he just spread out his corridors.
Already noticed.
He could spread them out more.
I'm telling you, he's a good player. It's kind of interesting that two of his crew rooms that are connected to the spine on the other side are not connected on the other side.
Interesting.
It's actually pretty asymmetrical despite how it looks. It's kind of interesting.
Yeah, all the crews on one side. Or the majority of it is.
That's simply because he's using a medium reactor, and that's hard to work with sometimes.
Go Polar.
Polar, move! You have to go! Go!
Adds armor.
Polar is so very slow.
Oof.
That central hole thing, it might work against. I don't think it's gonna work against missiles though.
That did not warn me at all at the time.
Do you not read the chat?
No, I'm building.
Then you're an idiot! You can see chat when you're building!
Be nice, but yeah.
You could
Right,
say it more
shots
nicely, but you're
fired.
still right.
Hey, the
I think
center
what's-
strat actually works.
Yeah. I think what's really
Yeah.
going on here is Hatter's paint is so hard to look at, it distracts everyone, and they forget to move.
It's Hatter's own fault.
And the CR's gone.
Yeah, the control room is gone, so that's... yeah, that's game.
Yep.
Polar looked like he was winning at first, but then, you know.
Yeah, I think Polar would have probably won if he had a couple more CRs in somewhere.
And you
Couple
know,
more
made
CRs.
it out of the ring. He wasn't, I guess, disqualified, but he still lost. Okay, so Hatter and
think I made out.
Slowking.
Let's be realistic here. There was a non-zero amount of chance that Hatter was gonna lose. But
If
not
I was a
very.
betting man, I too would have bet on Hatter.
Hatter's overpowered.
You are a betting man.
Prove it.
Yeah, I'm not good at building like normal ships, and there's nothing you can exploit with missiles at this point in the game. I mean, that was the closest thing to an exploit you could do, and it was not very good because.
Oh, is this the final?
Yes, this is the final.
Yeah, this is the final.
Do we want to change anything in the rules to make it fancier, or whatever?
How about we vote on the last restriction instead of rolling it?
Yeah, let's vote. Let's vote.
Okay.
Should
what
we
do
do
you-
that before or after the weapon?
First of all, budget. Budget should be the first thing.
Just agree on something. The four of you.
All right, what's the budget? Say a number.
Max budget. Actually, 69. 469.
There you go. That's the budget.
Yeah.
All right, Captain, pick a weapon.
Mine's.
I wish.
No, that's an
How
option.
about small lasers?
All right, small lasers it is. What? Nuff, what's the restriction?
Is he AFK in my stream?
Ooh.
All right, then I'll pick a restriction.
No, he's back. He's back. Okay, what's the
I'm
restriction?
here.
Nuff, say restriction.
Okay.
No control rooms.
You can't do that. Only small thrusters.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, please.
That's great.
Let's get Hatter out of the zone.
This is going to be very interesting.
Mine? Oof.
Wait, mines? I thought we were doing small lasers.
No,
I said small lasers.
Someone said mines, and it was a lot more interesting
I
than
did,
small
but I
lasers.
was a joke. Okay.
Well, it was about
I
being
kind of want to
first.
see mines, honestly, because of how tiny the arena is. Mines are gonna be hilarious.
Honestly, mines might be more interesting to watch.
I mean, I can change it to EMP if you really want.
No, that would just take like an hour.
Nothing would fire.
Okay, New Age of Power is definitely AFK.
Not AFK. I'm trying to eat. Sorry about that.
Imagine eating in the middle of my stream.
I did it.
And
I did it too.
I am
I did eat a
disappointed
pizza
in
when
all
you
of you. This is the type of event you fast for. I haven't eaten in 12 hours.
And just mute your mic.
It's the job of the caster to keep the show going on.
My job is to
okay,
cast.
so do you guys think red is the imposter or yellow?
No, it's blue.
It's
I
blue
saw
and
blue there
orange.
Too. Yeah, totally. It's gotta be blue.
Now the problem is we have 3 people that are blue.
Yeah, but I was doing med day, so it can't be me.
They're playing a different game. For those of who are watching the stream, 2 of the casters are playing a different game with each other.
I think all of the casters are besides Saris. Saris is the imposter, that's why.
Oh, that's it. He's trying to
I'm-
ignore the questions.
Yeah. Travis.
Angry star noises.
I am playing the famous game Notepad++.
You're supposed
Actually-
to be casting. It's the finals. This is like
Well,
supposed
they're
to be
building.
the
It's not
fanciest
like they
match.
do.
Oh
They're
yeah, I
allowed
skipped
10,
the Stargate
right?
semifinals for this.
The reason is I'm actually going to look to see how much damage EMP missiles do.
Although the collective really didn't need me because they were going to win regardless. They've 2-0'd every single person they fought.
Hmm?
I'm genuinely curious as to what these ships will look like.
Alright, EMP missiles do 300 damage per hit.
To one block.
No AoE. Oh wait, there is AoE actually, never mind. But 300 damage per hit. A corridor has 1,000 health. So that would just take a year and a half.
It takes almost. Yeah.
And the moment an EMP hits and they can't recharge, build another EMP, so they're going to have to wait like 2 minutes just to build another one.
Yeah, and EMPs are slow to fire in the first place.
Yep. So it'll take around 4 EMPs to take on the core.
By the way, do we want to do, what's the word, caster matches?
I mean, didn't we already do that with Cats and Redstone? We could have entered the game.
How are we gonna do caster matches with 5 casters? Hatter.
The
Just
person
go
who
through
wants
all-
to do it the least can keep track of time. And then the rest
Saris,
of us fight. Well, I was kind of hoping
We
to
have a
fight.
ship.
Ooh.
I'll join in.
Slowking has something I thought I'd never see, which is small thrusters attached to engine rooms.
I've done that before. It happens.
Oh my goodness. Yeah,
No retro
Also,
thrust,
his mine
though.
factories are kind of
largest
exposed.
amounts of money spent.
He doesn't have
Slocum
any
could use
cannon ammo either.
Hatter's struggling with the small thrusters.
Hatter has something huge.
Asymmetrical again. It's kind of
Some that
cursed.
armor.
Come on, at least get the thrust symmetrical.
It's fine.
I do wonder why he chose to put the launchers on the sides, though, because in such close quarters you'll want to simply fire them at the opponent.
Well, firing them at the opponent might lead to it just, like, hitting them instead of detonating at them. So
There's a
if you
minimum armor
launch
range.
at the sides, then there's a chance it will activate after a short while.
Launching at the sides, it pretty much guarantees the opponent has to physically drive into the mines. Excuse me. Whereas if you fire them forward, there's
There's a
I'd
pretty
say
good
50-50 chance.
If they only forward thrust, it's possible.
Oh, look at rare footage of a tournament player actually building outside of blueprint mode.
Yeah, I know, right?
Working. Also, it's very interesting how they're going for the side mines, because it's kind of dangerous when...
I mean,
you
what I'm
start
surprised
the mines.
no has retro thrust, despite being allowed to use two-way thrust.
It's
Also,
curious
both of the
that
reactors are completely exposed. Well, okay, Hatters is a bit covered, but still.
it's
One
curious
mine to the
how
back and the
players.
other like that.
Sorry.
I also noticed supply lines from his mine factory to his launchers are like miles long.
Anyone notice the fact that Slowking asked about two-way thrust and proceeded not to use it?
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
kind of funny.
He probably forgot.
They put them on the side, but I mean, yeah. probably forgot.
I mean, he could have put them in the corners of his engine rooms, but I guess not. I guess he didn't like them.
An interesting part of this is that since it's mines, you could actually go to the main circle if you wanted to and start laying mines down.
Yeah, but they're never gonna think of that.
They are now.
There are now.
Technically shooting at the enemy. Like, sure, the enemy's not there at that moment.
I
but
guess
Oh,
technically
I-
it is. So
It's like launching a railgun from across the map, honestly.
okay.
Guys, it looks like Slowking has a severe lack of crew right now.
He has a severe lack of more than just crew.
Oh boy, Hatter has figured it out, and he is now way faster and also way more protected.
Oh no. Hatter also has like a lot of budget left, whereas Slowking is very limited.
Yeah, Hatter is just, also better. Like,
Alright, now we're being nice.
Be nice, be nice. Wait until after the stream to start bashing players.
can all say hello to my younger brother who just jumped in my room.
Hey,
Hello,
Slowking.
Polar's younger brother.
I think Slowking's doing something. Don't know what. He's doing something.
He has 30 seconds to get out of it soon.
Both ships are having a little trouble just loading the mines in the first place.
I don't think Hatter noticed that he has a mine factory that has no access. Or not a mine factory, a mine launcher with no access.
Yep. And some of his starters too. They have no access.
I don't think Slowking's
It's a little
gonna be
late
able to
now.
make it out. He has 10 seconds to leave the ring, and then he has another 30 to get to the... Oh, he already did. No, this is the next stage. He has to get out of the ring and go to the main one. But he didn't get there in time.
So that's a disqualification.
He just needs to get to the center now.
Yeah, Hatter already wins this one, though.
Oh, already got out of his ring though. It happened earlier.
Well, it was the, like, stop building, get out of the ring.
Oh.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's fine if we leave it because the extra time has just given Hatter time to place mines down.
Well, let's see how this fight goes.
Not well. Not well at all. So, Slowking added crew, but no doors. He has 3 quarters that have no access.
Slowking's mines are killing himself.
Oh yeah, they go through your own shields. That's the worst part.
Mines was probably a bad idea.
Yeah, we should have done some more.
I didn't ask for the mines.
Guys, if you ram each other, your mines are never gonna...
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's Sloking's plan. He doesn't want to die.
Oh, Slowking, man.
There's a good shot.
See, mines should go first.
Oh, how did that happen? That mine just like slowed down when it hit another one? What?
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
a very rare thing you see. If a mine gets hit by another projectile, it actually explodes.
That's crazy.
It's very cool.
Never seen that before. It's like 1 in 1,000.
Hatter's taking a surprising amount of damage.
What Hatter needs to probably do is flee so that Slowking has to go through his minefields. Because as is, he is just losing to being rammed since Slowking has forward mounted mines.
Being spun by a mine ship is never
Yeah.
a good situation.
Never.
He's
The moment
tough,
one
right?
of them looses this death grip, they're gonna take a ton of damage.
Yeah, they're just surrounded.
Yeah, they've been spinning for so long. Oh, Hatter's taking a ton of damage on one side. He's gonna go straight into that minefield, and I think most of that's his too.
Oh, we're just gonna ram him through the minefield.
Yep, that's the plan.
Come on, Slowking, you got this. Unless Slowking manages to chain. In that case.
Okay.
Does Hatter not have fire extinguishers? I know he has a 1, but it's
He
back.
has one, but it's backwards.
Oh no.
Oh my.
So I
The
think
crew, am I a joke to you?
Oh, but those mines are starting to do some damage.
Oh, that was quite strategical mine right there.
He has
Oh my
only
God,
one
another
launcher.
one. Holy cow! That was like absolute luck. Through the bottom, middle of the Death Star twice. Did you see that? Insane. We're still disqualified though, right?
Yeah, Hatter's still won though.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. Now then, would any of the casters like to participate in a caster match?
Yes. Let's do PD only.
Again?
No shields, PD only. That's the best matchup possible. No, I'm joking. It was quite possibly the worst combination.
Basically, fit as many point defense as you can.
Okay, so Polar wants to participate.
Throw me in.
Caster wants to participate. Do you want to participate
Can we
in
do
Neop?
team? Let's do a team match.
Okie dokie.
Give me 60 seconds. I need to be right back.
Who wants to actually participate in this match?
I just said to throw me in.
Ready?
Well, you're in already, so it's a team, but
I'm an observer.
You
Oh.
left him as a observer.
you have similar looking names.
Put me on Saris. Saris' team.
Saris?
Wait, we're doing teams? I thought we were
Yeah.
doing 1v1.
No, it's pronounced Saris. I'm in charge of how to pronounce your name. Obviously.
I pronounce it
Just like
Saris,
you
even if
pronounce-
you don't.
Have you ever heard of the word Sarissa? Just get rid of the Issa and that's how you say Saris.
Like, you know Harrison as a last name? It's that, but
We're doing-
Saris.
We're doing 250? Oh, okay. Alright, so what are the restrictions, guys?
No corridor.
Saris?
We should do no corridors.
No.
No corridors. There's no walkways, but who know walkways?
Oh, no. Yeah. We'd have to do and no walkways unless you want to make us suffer.
No corridors or walkways.
I feel like allowing walkways would actually be harder because we'd have to have the headache of knowing which direction everything should go.
What weapon did we not see? We didn't see prisms. We didn't see small cannons. We didn't see small lasers. And that's it, right?
So, yeah.
EMP nukes. Or EMPs. I mean, it's not
EMPs are-
EMP nukes.
EMPs are banned because they don't do enough damage.
Oh.
Flak. We didn't do flak.
We did do
Wait,
flak.
did we?
Yeah,
We did do flak.
Oh, we did, okay.
We didn't
do
do.
our small lasers, small cannons,
Let's do prisms, eh?
and prisms.
Prisms?
The prism.
We're doing prisms? Oh god.
Oh, yes. Bat 2.0.
Shouldn't you double the credits since I'm pretty sure credits are shared by teams?
Uh-huh.
It's at 500 each.
It's 500.
As in 1 mil.
I'm not remembering if it's shared or not.
Yeah, it is. We all have 500k.
Okay, so Redstone, it's your job to maintain like the timestamps.
My job? Okay.
Prisms. Never been fast with prisms.
Oh, I don't know what the energy draw. Great.
Great.
It's like, you'll figure it out.
What restrictions did y'all decide on?
Prisms.
Question.
So-
Why can't I build? Oh, that's why. That's the wrong chip.
There you go.
I knew we would find out how to do it.
Oh,
Saw
that's
you.
why the paint jobs were off center, because Saris built it off center.
Screw
Yeah, I was wondering that
you.
Wait, so what is it? Prisms and what?
Oof, man, I'm a fast builder. All right, let's go. Yeah.
Oh, explosive charge, you're banned.
Then what? Yeah, you didn't see anything. There was no. shot,
Banned.
right?
It hurts to see you go.
Alright, guys, I'm ready.
Guys,
I got my ship. I
what's
got
the
my
thing we
ship
can't use?
How about you can't use small or medium reactors?
What?
That sounds amazing.
I don't
Why?
like this.
Yes, let's do it. Let's do it. More
I'm
explosions are
totally
better.
up for this.
Almost done with my ship too.
We can use corridors, right?
Let's just
Yeah.
do extra time. I feel like honestly we've changed the rule. Okay.
I mean, if we're already changing the rules, we may as well.
I'm giving everyone 2 minutes of extra time.
Oh, I don't have doors. That's not good.
Generally, people regard those as relatively important.
You don't say.
You don't say.
What's that?
It is a small,
Small
child.
Record.
Jinx.
Yeah, he came up behind me.
Sneak attack.
Sneak attack.
A small child is quite frightening.
I didn't know that small child was part of this training regime.
Many people complain about the small child specifically.
What did small child do to gain all this ire?
Ignore her brain.
Is small child insane?
Small child is likely insane.
Unfortunate. Small child sounds cute.
Small child is actually
Be
very
fair.
frightening.
To be fair, how many children would you consider totally sane?
None.
There you go.
I don't have thrust. Or control.
So far, New Age of Power is the only one with, like, what appears to be a semblance of a ship.
That sounds about right.
Seems legit.
Just about. I have
That
a
Hatter's not here. Everyone would have just forfeited.
This is facts. Facts. Oh, I just say okay.
Alright, Saris has a, well, I guess the viewers can see it. Classic ion barge. Looks a little underprotected. He'll need to be careful not to get flanked.
Well, obviously it's not
Oh,
done
he's
yet.
too far over the ring. This is bad. I didn't notice.
How much time do we have left?
You
None.
need to exit the ring by 7:30.
I might have enough time left. Not sure.
Master Ninja is also going for a pretty basic ion barge. He's not quite as shielded as Saris, though.
Oh, shields are an illusion.
Honestly.
Actually, I'm not 100% sure whether... Well, I guess that's behind the shields, yeah. That front prism is almost in front of the shields.
I'm totally not doing this by ear. I know what I'm doing.
Flare Barrow, it's taking you an awful long time to remove that explosive charge.
Who has explosive?
Right, Saris has decided to do some weird ion combination. It hurts me, but I guess it's okay.
Well,
What is
herd
it doing?
away.
I've left the ring and I am returning.
Oh yeah, that's a thing that you need to do, isn't it?
Yep.
Saris
Yep.
gets
You have
disqualified.
2 minutes.
Actually, though, I probably would be. This is kind of stressful.
Or how did you manage to build so far off of the center that the paint is messed up?
I don't know.
Not
So,
important.
Saris is the only one who has not exited the ring.
I already exited.
I think a large part of this match is going to be teamwork. We might want to use team chat to organize things.
Nah, just yell louder than the enemy.
Oh wow.
I have a strat. It's just not done yet.
I'm trying to get out of the ring.
Oh sorry, I'm trying to load a paint design.
Obviously, our priorities are in order.
Yes.
Obvious.
Clearly.
Construction is blocked by another ship. I can't even build because of you.
I can't get out of it. I don't have any reverse.
Saris, can I make a suggestion that will ease everyone?
What?
Take your middle prism and aim it forward.
Why?
There's no reason to combine it. It actually hurts your damage and your spread. And it hurts me.
Timer.
I'm so glad that Polar has basically killed me.
Already?
I
Yeah.
can't turn if you're running forwards. What?
Pretty sure you got at least a little out of the ring, right?
No.
Yeah, he did get out of the ring. What?
No. I
Pretty
didn't.
sure you did.
Nope.
Just play.
This doesn't count for anything, so go ahead, why not?
How much building time do we have left?
I'm already done building.
Oh.
Yeah, we don't
Your
have
ship.
it. It's just literally
Fine.
fine.
Why does your ship look so much better than mine? Oh, you're undoing it. Okay.
Yes.
I think I'm the first one to actually paint. I copy pasted a few things and
Alright, Nuff, could you go in front? Because I don't have my thrust ready yet.
Can I what?
Can you go in front of me?
Yeah, that totally does not look like a paint card.
but it's not a paint card though. It's actually not. Well, okay, I may have used I loaded a ship, but then I copy pasted its paint randomly, so it's not the same paint. Clearly.
I'm suspicious, but whatever.
Okay, do you think I would make a paint design like this? It's like obviously whatever.
I don't think you
For
can
some-
make...
My crew just... Okay, I see what happened.
Guys, I have a thing.
I'll need to hurry up.
What the hell is going on with my crew? Okay, I see what's going on.
Come on, guys, I gave you 2 extra minutes.
Sorry.
Can you no longer lock rotation on prisms?
You can.
You just need to click what is that? Aim green prism. Click the spot on your ship.
You somehow got caught on me again.
Polar's looks really tiny and cute. Then Saris looks just like
Well, there goes the tiny and cute.
Anyways, I win. GT boys.
Yeah, technically this match is already over, but might as well battle, because why not?
Bruh.
See, Nuop built a proper ion ship. I did not do that.
I brought a proper ion ship.
Actually, your conversions aren't that good, Nuop. You lied to me. Saris just has a scary ion conversion.
What's up?
Attack Saris.
I do find
Polar,
it
what's-
interesting that
what have you
they're
not
attacking one at a time. Something you see in movies a lot, but it doesn't really work out that way in real life. Also looks like Saris messed up his ions at some point, built his armor too far out. Right. Polar is coming in with that wonderful armor that is pleasant to look at.
Yeah.
Right. I would back off a little.
Maybe I blocked my ions.
You're exposing your ass.
No Age of Power is just kind of sitting there watching.
My ship's not moving for some reason. My ship does not move for whatever reason.
You don't have any power to the thrusters. I think you messed up crew assignments.
Yeah, probably.
Alright,
Okay,
so
fix it.
Castor is doing damage to Saris. Got through that tiny little armor. Also, Puller decided to get right in front of New Age's Ion Beam, even though he can't move at the moment. Smart decision.
I can't move either, so. Also,
Saris and Castor are now just kinda stuck. Neither of them can really move.
I can't do anything besides stick here.
I fixed my ship. It's unfucked. Partially.
Spin,
Kind
my,
of. Not
spin.
really.
Puller did take a little bit of damage to one of his prisms, but nothing exploded yet. Castor has gotten a different angle. Not quite sure what he's doing at the moment, but I'm sure there's a reason.
I'm trying to get jammed on his armor pillars, so I can just keep pushing into him. And it's kind of working.
Puller is trying to turn to no avail because he's very heavy. Meanwhile, New Age of Power is drilling into his side and making almost no progress because that's a lot of
I
armor.
think you need lighter.
I really overthought this
Oh,
process
getting
myself.
Castor's almost beaten Saris, but he still has to get through these shields. Oh, and he lost his grip. Cost a little time.
And there goes my
Oh.
ship.
Puller just exploded. Well, half of him exploded.
I most definitely overthought my ship.
Piloting by Castor, he's completely exposed from the back, but he hasn't let
Imagine
anyone see it yet.
actually having thrusters. Can't do
My
me.
ship has lost control for whatever reason.
Your
Whatever
control
reason.
room ran out of
Control
energy.
room is out of power. Your control room is literally out of power.
Are we sure we didn't accidentally enable, like, invisible EMPs or something? Somehow Saris is still alive.
It's surprisingly hard to kill him.
Managed
I
to
was
chew through most of his armor.
thinking, I got this, and then all of a
You are
sudden,
not
tried to kill
charging
it.
the control room.
Oh, there we go. Saris is dead.
There we
I
go.
think New Age of Power forgot to add crew to
I did
Power's
assign
control
crew to
room.
control room.
And
Just
because you
don't
need
know
an
why.
active control room to change crew assignments, he's basically dead.
What happened to you, New Op? You were doing
So
so
now
bad.
it's
Meeting zone so I can redo my crew assignments.
Castor versus Polar Bear, and
Don't worry, Irish.
Polar can't remove.
I think
Go to the other
Castor
side,
has
actually.
the best ship here. The simplest, which is easily the best. Because we were all trying to do fancy things when it was just, you know...
Honestly, I think the thrust to weight ratio is what really made the difference.
Yeah,
Yeah.
only having
I
3
do not know how
prisms
much
was
lighter
nice
we
too.
have.
500k each.
Yeah, having 500k was weird because the last 2 matches I had 400k. And also we had large reactors only, which changes up the price quite a bit.
We didn't say large reactors only.
What?
Alright, good game everyone. Technically,
Okay.
every single one of you is disqualified for being outside of the ring, so I guess I win now.
Hey, I won. I was in the ring in time. I went early.
Doesn't matter.
All 4 of you were outside of the ring while fighting, though.
Who cares? Who cares?
GG,
Alright.
guys.
Good game, everyone.
GG.
Are we doing another match?
Do we want to do another
If
match?
so, we should probably end the stream. This is...
Yep.
Guys, do you want to do Among Us?
No.
I don't know,
Alright.
but I'm gonna end the stream. Thanks for coming,
Thank you everyone for watching.
Bye.
See you at 1.0 or something.
See you, Saris.